Game over.
What the fuck? Fuck! Who the fuck? Fuck this fucking! How did you two fucking fuck? Fuck! Two fucking! Game over, man. Game over. Why didn't somebody tell me my ass was so big?
Oh, we're all blown to bits. Mind if I pull the underwear out of my crack?
Wait a minute. There's things here. There's trees. There's rocks. There's birds. There's phones. Come on. We'll bless them all until we get versticken. Join me.
You shove a living snake up your ass. Oh, no, but that's very creative.
I'm gonna get a rash, a pussy rash.
Don't you ever threaten me when your husband came to me to get his butthole licked.
Welcome, everybody. We are going to be kicking off a show for you today. We don't have a set goal today. We are goal free, so to speak, for pretty much the better part of a week into next week. I believe it's Wednesday or Thursday right now. So everything, bits, subs, all of that stuff, all of it just keeps kicking that down. So hooray. I did want to roll in the egg chair, but I'm getting self-conscious about how the smoke is tinting the foam, and I feel like maybe I should replace the foam before I do that. And just because it's hard to see it do that, and cleaning it out is going to be a bitch. And yeah, and my daughter loves playing in it, so now I gotta fix it.
Last time I checked, we don't have a whole lot of songs that feature the cowbell.
I gotta have more cowbell, baby.
Boner, 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 boner.
There we go. 5W40 Motor Oil with a 13-month subscription on the Twitch. Thank you very, very much, 5W40 Motor Oil. That'll be kicking us down another couple bucks on Wednesday. So a little cowbell for Motor Oil coming in. Hey-o! So thank you very, very much for that. Scruffy D on the YouTube chat saying, "What's up, Johnny?" And there we go. Well, not much. We got a show planned. We're going into overtime automatically. That part has been predetermined. Like Twitch banned like permanently, or like you're in timeout? Because they're really weird with that. Like, a suspension is a ban and a ban is a suspension. So, indefinitely. Oh, indefinitely banned. Oh, that sucks. That is bullshit. I don't know. What jokes did they not like? I love jokes. This is a show that loves jokes. I fancy myself a comedian at one point in time. So, I love jokes. I mean, I might not be much of a comedian now. Something about the little hat people. Dude, and seriously, who doesn't love Fucking, what was it? Was it, the Fievel series? You talk about the mouse, right? Like they came to America? Those little hats? Because they wear little everything. Little hats, little clothes. They're mice people. That's the way it goes when you anthropomorphize a mouse. I said marrying one should be a capital crime. Well, you know, when it comes to mice and rats, yeah, that's not I wouldn't mix species if I were you. But again, I don't understand. I don't understand the overreaction. It's just one man's opinion. He ain't writing no laws on the shit. Jesus. Anyways, you know what you should do, Johnny, for goals is put hats and vests on like DSP. Saint Caesar, let me be clear about one thing. The whole goal thing is only because if I don't have that amount of money to sustain myself, I literally have to get a job. I've got too many expenses and a daughter to take care of, and so I'm a fan of Fievel. Yeah, dude, I'm a fan of Fievel. You know? It's just crazy. It's just crazy. But no, I know you're joking, Saint Caesar. You're joking because you said I should take advice from DSP. The joke was implied. Elusive Mosswine. Ooh, I like the name, Elusive Mosswine. Does anyone know what that's a reference to? I do. Hi, I just got here. What Meg am I meant to be aware of? Because the first thing that came to mind is a Megalodon, and if that's the Meg in mind, I have some good news for you. No. This is a show that talks about news and topical events, and so I like to have a little fun with titles and stuff. And so we're actually going to be talking about Megyn Kelly, and more importantly, we're going to be going over her interview with Donald Trump because she came out of the gate swinging. I started watching it, and when I decided it was show content, stopped watching it, threw it over onto the prep list. And so, yeah, tried to give you an out, man. I was trying to help, Scruffy. Just trying to help. Sandy Squatch saying good afternoon all. Hello, Sandy Squatch. Chevy JB over there on the Rumble jumped in before anyone else saying not late today. And thank you for that, Chevy JB. I did see that earlier. Sorry I couldn't comment. I really wish at times I could put comments from the Rumble up on the screen. But you can't have it yes or no, even if there is a way to do it, which I don't know. But yeah, I just... Rumble chat can get a little spicy. So we're doing the whole 3-stream thing. Glad to have all of you here joining us on whichever platform you choose to enjoy. Bishop already jumping in with some emojis. I wish the emojis, I don't know why the emojis can't show up on the Twitch thing, Streamlabs. Why we can't incorporate those, no clue. No problem with the Twitch ones. YouTube, fuck it. I don't know. I see. Well, this will be highly educational for me as an Aussie. It probably will. And Why? Who was that? Wilmer? God damn it. Oh. Now I have 2 problems. All right. Anyways, yeah, it should be fun. Legendary Side Effect saying, hey, what's up, yo? Good to see you, Legendary Side Effect. Good to see everyone. Someone play Taco Night for me, please. Says Scruffy. Well, you know what? Hey, man, I'm going to do this. One, this screen being a bitch makes me want to shrink it. And I don't really need all that size over there. And this gets a better chat window. You know what, man? Just for you. Where is it? I normally don't take requests just like this, but you know, for someone who has been a huge supporter of the show, this is love, all right? I'm doing this to myself. Oh, Lordy. Eat some fiber. Just be regular. Good God. Now everyone had to add to it. Alrighty. So, as I was saying, This is a serious show for serious people. Elusive Mosswine, I hope you're finding yourself entertained and among friends, because I love the name. I love the name. All right, what do we got here? Oh, hey, and we got to throw that in towards the goal. So we got to take, 25 off of what remains there. So that one, the 27th, that one's already in half. Thank you, Scruffy D, for that. That was super awesome of you. And let's go ahead and get into our first story, because we do have, like I said, a couple of stories to talk about. Namely, the first one that we want to get into, I don't know if you heard about this. A skunk got in the field at a minor league baseball game. But the weird part is this isn't the first skunk delay of the year at the stadium. So I'm guessing you guys, you got a skunk problem at your stadium. Now, this is how do you do that? Because if you set this guy off, let's head on over. If you set this son of a bitch off, that place is ground zero for a week, man. You're gonna have to replace AstroTurf if that thing goes nuts on you. You can't risk doing it. But I gotta say, despite the fact that they can clear a city block with whatever that thing is, kind of cute, right? It just looks I just want a little cat with a pointy nose. Oh, what a pet your little face. Oh, you little stinky son of a bitch.
We have a skunk.
This is our second skunk delay
We have
of
a.
the year. This happened the last time Bowie was in town.
Was it Bowie?
It was indeed the last time the Bay Sox were in town, and the skunk has made his way onto the infield. He's scurrying towards.
This team really needs to change their mascots to the Skunks. A faded live trap will be the solution for that guy.
second base.
Yeah.
Some members of the grounds crew are out. The crowd is.
But
cheering
the
as if
game is being delayed. Do we call the game due to skunk?
Shirts are being tossed to the stands, and the Bowie infielders are all understandably making their way away. Some brave souls are walking that skunk across the infield. Can you believe it? It's our second official skunk delay of the season.
Can you believe it? It's our second official skunk delay. They ought to be a sponsor. Dude, change your names from from what the fuck ever you were now to the Stinkers. Just change your name to the Stinkers.
There are a lot of skunks on this.
Is he taking
I'm
a
really
dump?
surprised it's only happened a couple times.
He looked like he was taking a shit.
That skunk must not feel too. Worried.
Oh, he's clapping at the skunk to try to get it to go away.
Dude, the skunk could give a shit. Is he aware that all he has to do is lift his tail and you guys will immediately run for the hills?
And now it's running towards section 102. Some folks are leaning over. Don't get too close. Don't want to stink. So now I presume that they're going to try to get this thing to go the whole way around. Last time it vacated. Oh, he lifted his tail. Oh, my.
All right, you got to love it when a skunk mooning somebody. Oh, he lifted it. I saw skunk butt. Oh, come on. Are skunks aggressive beyond the odor? Do they attack with their tooth and claw, etc.? 5W40 Motor Oil saying it's a pet. It might be, if you know something I don't. But Elusive Mosswine, skunks are not traditionally aggressive. The spraying is solely a defensive mechanism. And beyond that, teeth and claw are used, I would imagine, solely as a last resort. A skunk is very much a flight, not fight creature. The last resort fight is, again, dropping a smell that'll make you want to kill your mama. If you've ever had a dog, I had a collie, by the way. I had a fucking collie, all right? If you've ever had a dog that went outside and met the wrong end of a skunk, I washed that dog in fucking cans of tomato sauce, all right? Or paste, or no, it was juice. I don't know. Skunks and porcupines, jerks. Porcupines are jerks. Skunks just stink. But yeah, so it was a horrendous ordeal to deal with, and that was the dog that got sprayed. And then it came, oh God, it is bad. It's something about it. It's something about the smell. It's like it's biologically designed to just be the worst thing you've ever experienced. It's horrible. Spy Pigeon saying, I'm late. Don't worry, it's cool. You're still here, and we still love you. But yes, skunks be some stinky sons of bitches. But beyond that, like, they look cute. I've seen videos and stuff. They seem like they actually would be fun, like little pets, as long as they're not, locked and loaded.
My goodness gracious. Get away.
I love the kids. Dude, if that skunk goes off, this party of kids right here has a whole different demeanor, all right? And this one over here, who's so interested in seeing what goes on, he's going to get the first face full of, oh, fuck, oh, I regret this.
It's quite something.
Yeah, keep tossing rocks at it.
Now he's going towards the Bowie dugout, and someone down in the Bowie bullpen just closed the gate to the bullpen. Do not bring that stinky creature.
I think that's actually Brad.
This has got to be honest. Honestly, this has got to be honest. Good God, this has got to be honestly the greatest way to stall out a game. Scruffy D saying, if the stink gland was removed, maybe. Well, if you're going to have a skunk as a pet, removing the stink gland is going to be a must. It's going to be a must because there's other things that they use the stink gland for, and let's just say if they have it, then they're going to do, and yeah, not a good idea. What are the DraftKings odds on this happening? I don't know, man. I think somewhere around, they're taking bets in around 9-1-1, or shorthand for the parlay 9-11.
Brad Foreman here now with his season over up in Williamsport, and that's Brandon Forsberg, and they have been within 10 feet of that skunk the whole way.
Remarkably close.
Oh God, that skunk!
Gosh, he went in the bullpen.
He snuck through the wall. Oh no! Everybody, until you know whether or not that, look, if it became publicly known that skunk can't spray, then nobody gives a shit. Then everyone's like, oh, I'll chase it off. I'll kick the little fucking foot warmer. But if that thing has its glands intact, then don't nobody want to be the one to take the hit. I mean, let alone being in the blast radius. That's already horrendous and beyond acceptance. But at this point in time, you've already made that decision that you're willing to do that because you're still there. Being ground zero, by which I mean the literal subject, to take it in possibly the face, ooh. Scruffy saying stick to dogs and cats. Look, there's a lot of awesome pets out there. I don't think you have to stick to dogs and cats. I think cats are great. I love cats. But cats are also huge assholes. That's part of the reason I love them. Every cat has its own unique personality. They're literally like people. Little tiny furry people with razor blades on their hands and feet. But yeah, no, they have like real personalities to them. So you find cats that you chill with and you get along with, and goddamn, it's a good time. Murder mittens. That's an adorable term. They have murder mittens. Waiting for a member of PETA to run out there and get sprayed. Here's how bad, to explain it to you, elusive Mosswine, you may know what PETA is. Here's how bad I feel the skunk smell is. That a member of PETA would murder a skunk if that skunk sprayed him. If that skunk sprayed him, they'd be like, oh, dear God, put that thing in the dirt. Like, they would not take it. Tiny little sociopaths. Yeah, they are tiny little sociopaths. They're also adorable. I have one cat that is well, not so tiny sociopath. I have one cat that is just a little snuggle bug. All she wants, that you guys have seen her. Tegra is just a snuggle kitten. She is an adult cat, but she's never gotten out of that I'm a kitten and I want snuggles phase. So she just walks up and just meow, and then she just curls up in your lap. You pet her. She purrs. Maybe she walks back and forth a bit. She's just a little snuggle bug. It's the best. Unless, of course, you're a mouse or a bug or a small thing she wishes to murder. Then there's that's the other fun part. This is a really weird divert, by the way. Strange fucking divert. That's the best part about cats, all right? Is if they are super calm, chill, and docile, when they see something they want to murder, it's like a switch flips. And now you're like, oh, that little sociopath about to kill something. And it's just, ooh, it's bad. A member of PETA would murder the skunk even if it didn't spray. I don't think a member of PETA would murder the skunk if it didn't spray. If the skunk didn't spray, the member of PETA would still defend the skunk as being a member of God's kingdom, and we have to protect all the animals. It's once that smell hits you that your life changes, and that's why it's so dangerous.
And he's off the field of play. See if they can get him out of the bullpen now. It's off to the kid zone. Kids, look out.
Off to the kid zone. Hey, Timmy, what did you get at the baseball field today? I got irrevocably damaged from the smell of a skunk spraying me, so I'm burning those clothes and never going to baseball again.
Somewhere down there near a bouncy house, and the gentlemen from the grounds crew have followed it into the kids zone.
Yeah, let's hope that nothing happens in the kids zone.
Wait a minute, there's a bouncy house in there? Now I want to go to the baseball game. Sorry, a bouncy house is the only way I can jump. Anyways, the whole skunk loose in the kids zone.
Twist his dick!
Oh, don't do that. It'll set him off. Thank you very much for the 100 bits, Wilmer Autotech. We are into Wednesday the 27th for our minimum goal deal, and we're just going to ride that out. So everything that gets donated, we just kick on to there. All right, King of Clubs, I've rescued a cat 2 years ago, and he is just like a lapdog. Mission failed from Labglass. Oh, no. This one's so disappointing. And the cat's crying. Why are you upset, little guy? I'm sorry. Now we're 4 minutes away from a hype train. I have no idea why. All we've talked about so far is a skunk getting funky. Getting funky like a skunky. Getting funky on the baseball field. And now they're going back to baseball, so we're done with that because there's no point. I was here for the skunk, not a big minor leaguer. That just sounds dangerous, too. Like, hey, man, what do you do? I'm in the minor leagues. What, like with kids? Sounds like a place you'd meet a league of minors. That's all I'm saying. If you stuff your thumb up a skunk's ass, it cannot spray. 5W40 motor oil, I don't know if I would take that as a fact. Silly boy, you're good through the end of the week. You are starting the goal for Monday the 18th. I would like to do that. I would like to be that.
Here comes a train, a busy little train, rushing up and down on the daisy line. Mummies and daddies, the grandpas and the grannies, everyone's aboard on the 809. Here comes a train, and here comes driver's head too. Wah-hey! Here it comes, here it comes, here comes the train today. Here comes the train!
No, God! No, God, please, no! No! No!
I don't know what you're against.
No!
We're level 131% of the way through the hype train. Thank you. I don't know what you're proposing. We just started. Actually, I shouldn't say just started. We're halfway through the first hour. We're going all the way till 5:30. It's 2:30 now, at least in this particular time sphere, Central Standard Time. And we will go all the way to 5:30. Thank you very much for the hype train. Holy shit, we We don't deserve it, but we are grateful, and that will all, of course, be rolled into our goal moving forward, because I don't want to be one of those guys. Good afternoon, Johnny, says King420, or KG420. I always think King when I see KG. Afternoon to you, too. We're in a hype train already, which is exciting, so we should get over to something less sit here and talk about it and more, well, I suppose, no, we were going to talk about this, and we'll get to that later. What do we got here? Oh, yes. So you guys remember how all the states in America, and I hope this doesn't bore you, elusive Mosswine, but we are going to talk a little bit of local America stuff today. Good afternoon, Johnny. What's the topic today? Variety of topics, just the local stuff. But one thing that we will be definitely getting into is Megyn Kelly having a little showdown with Trump. And I'm not one of the, like, oh, lock up Trump people. But I will say, from what I saw of the interview, I liked where Megyn Kelly went at Trump and just how she jumped on him right away. Phrasing. Oh, we also have a clip of that later. A football player puts his foot in his mouth with phrasing. So a lot of foot in the mouth moments. But yeah. No, not all, mate. I'm here to listen and learn. Already learned about skunks. Yeah, dude, you've learned. This is an amazing show for learning about animals. A long time ago, one of our more inaugural episodes, I was enlightened to the fact that there is a vanilla extract component that is harvested from glands near the anus of the beaver. And that, my friends, forever haunts me. Pie has never been the same. Anyway, so a lot of the northern states and stuff have been getting migrants. You know, they get a couple hundred on buses, and then they're like, "Oh, we gotta shut shit down. We gotta get the government helping us." We've got a video. We're gonna play this one right here. This is just a video of one place, one instance. In one night, the area, the Border Patrol in Arizona, 2,000 people in an evening. In one evening on one day. Just walking. Oh, look, there's a lovely member of the Border Patrol or what. Hey, at least we're keeping tabs on the, you know, don't check who they are. No need to worry about any of that. I'm sure it's all fine. Ducks have a corkscrew penis. Alligators are always erect. And tortoises have footlongs. Oh. Don't tortoises have to have like a weird like fish hook kind of dick if you think about it? Because it's got to like go out and in. It's got to be like...
Tier 100 Christopher Walking.
Holy shit, we have a sticker party. I wasn't ready for that. I was just trying to figure out what I stepped on that left a mark on my foot. So now the stickers are free. There's an app over there. Anybody who wants to use them on the Twitch thing, they're free to use. We'll just throw stickers at the screen for a minute. Bukkake the screen, I always say, with stickers. Put whatever ones you want up there. It's really hard for anyone to be aware of it and ready for it if I don't. I gotta start checking. I'm getting as bad as somebody else is with hooking up a phone. All right, speaking of having my phone hooked up. All right, we're good on all of those. And clear. All right. That's cool. I'm sorry, man. I can't do it. I can't do it on all of them. It's just on the one thing, and I didn't even know it was coming. Like, I wasn't even ready. Crazy. Anyways, we had a level 1 hype train and a sticker party. That's amazing. Let's get back to the story, the thing we're actually talking about, which is, again, floods of people just walking over. We're not even checking their IDs. For me to purr about and for you to come to my party. Okay. It's weird with the hands petting the screen while we watch. Just a nonstop, like they're going to a concert. And we've got a follow-up video, which is where I'm like, hey, maybe we should be concerned about. Hey, at least I'll say this: at least they're willing to form a nice, orderly line. You know, they're not just like, let's just bum rush it. One at a time. Is this the Million Man March, Johnny? No, this is one night at one place by an Arizona border. 2,000 people. 2,000. If it's 2,000 people a day, and this is just in one spot, and not even a day, a night, in one night, that's not even the whole day. In a portion of the day, at one point in the area, 2,000 people. You just can't. These places that they came from that were so like downtrodden or whatever, they're not going to improve anything here because we just won't have enough to go around. Someone's going to have to go without. And I'd like to know, among them and the people here, who's volunteering to be on that list, on the have-not list? Anybody? Oh. Central America is emptying their prisons and sending them to us. Oh, yeah, Central America. It's all Central America. Look at Big Bad Scruffy D. Central America, you're right. You know what? You might be right about the Central America part, that Central America is emptying their prisons and sending them to us. But here is another video, again, of the migrants found at that border. Lot of Mexicans. Lot of Mexicans. Yep. Mexicans. See, this is the part I'm worried about. Literally, we have people... We have people from other countries that are getting in through the southern border because the word is out that it's so easy that it's just no matter where you're coming from, if you read Battle Brother Zio's comment, then mine. Is this the Million Man March, Johnny? For me, is Lab Glass a furry? For me to purr about and for you to come to my party. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to get out of that. Like, again, I understand. Anyways, well, we broke and they broke, I guess. Yeah, dude, it's going to be, wait, can I keep my guitar? I mean, you can keep your guitar. I should feel like nobody should be losing anything. I'm saying the have-nots in terms of jobs, food, a home, place to live. Again, you know, we've had actually some supply shortages and some productivity problems in the whole food department. We shouldn't be taking on more mouths to feed. It's about simple mathematics. I mean, I hate to be that kind of a person, but... And we kind of made the whole abortion illegal thing in a lot of places, so we're certainly not stopping the influx of people we're making ourselves. Fat, dumb white people. It's one of the few things that America still makes. More like Mexi Chinese, am I right? Dude, Chinese, I'm looking at what appears to be, I'm going to say some Africans, or maybe Somalians. I don't know where they're from. My point is, it's so bad that other countries, like people who want to sneak into the U.S. are now just picking the southern border. Does that not sound like a bad thing? Like, I'm not saying anything about this particular group of people, but let's do a thought exercise and say you were someone of, say, a Middle Eastern country that you wanted to cause, or a Russian country or whatever you wanted to cause some sort of problem. You're going to come in through the southern border, apparently, because you can just walk on in. And then they'll send you somewhere, and you'll be on your way. They should be sending their single attractive females something useful. Scruffy, I have a feeling that the single attractive females are on lockdown, but I agree with you, man. If you're going to give me something, Give me something I can use. This is an informational show today. I've never had to get on that button that much this early. And by this early, I mean half hour into the first hour. We're going till 5:30, which means we have about 3 hours left in the show. Thank you for being part of the program on Twitch, YouTube, and Rumble. Good to see you, Bud Britches, up there in the chat on Rumble. And, uh-oh. Oh, we've got another ban evader. I want to offer you. What happened to the thing where I could just axe you? Let me axe you something. I don't want to have to ban you myself. How about we ban? Because I don't care. Alrighty. We in here too. Scruffy D making his presence known. Scruffy the Big D. All right, again. So this is our southern border. Oh, they're holding hands. That's cute. Oh, wait, it's a family. Oh, she covered her face. She didn't want to be seen. Aw. Is that because people are looking for you or because you don't want to be publicized on the news? I don't know. Either way, I feel like that shouldn't be allowed. Like, oh, no, you can't be like, oh, nobody can see me. No, if you're a wanted individual, why are you just walking in here? I have questions. Oh, dude, look, there's a Hasik guy. I don't know who this is. But then raising his hands, so happy. Hey, Scruffy, come to Twitch. Oh, Lab Glass, come on, man. Demsby low blows. We don't need to be doing that. I just found out about that unfortunate news today, and I feel like that'd be a cut low. Kick in the dick, man. Kick in the dick. Anyways, so as I was saying, the word is out on the southern border, and apparently everybody and their mother is that's where they're choosing to go, you know? I have no idea why there's numbers scraped onto the sides of the pillars. We saw this footage already. Oh, is this restarting? Oh, that's what it is. It's restarting. Learn, Johnny. So, yeah, I'm not saying that we should lock off the southern border. I'm just saying, could we maybe, I don't know, enforce it? Oh, just a little. Just, maybe check into these people a touch. Scruffy booted off Twitch again. I don't know any about that. I don't know anything about that.
Cheer 100. I love you, Scruffy.
That just, one man professing his love to another over the internet. Nothing weird about that, especially since I had to awkwardly sit in the middle of it. You know, like when you're at a booth and there's two people opposite you on either side, and they are both into each other, but you're in the middle, and neither one of them care. That's when it's a problem. It's like, dude, can you at least let me get up, all right? Before you're getting so, like, they're getting uber sexed, and you're worried that you're going to get inadvertently fucked in the, like, just by being in there, you know? It's just going to become like a fucking cartoon cloud, arms and legs going everywhere, and then when you get out, your butthole's sore. Alrighty, so, JT Schindler is a loser. You should ban him. I have no idea who JT Schindler is. Thank you. Alrighty, so that's that, with, a whole... Yeah, single adult men from all over the world are crossing illegally into the border at
Cheer 100
Tucson,
F
Arizona.
Scruff. Jesus doesn't love you.
Now that's just hateful, all right? That is just hateful. F Scruff. Don't F anybody. Let's get back into our other story. Something happening now in the New York region of the world. A model and influencer is going out.
Cheer 100, you're welcome. Boner, boner, boner.
Yep. Thank you so much for supporting the show. Again, we'll be rolling all that in and kicking our into who the fuck is that guy? Yeah, who is JT Schindler? No idea. Anyways, when are they going to change the name to York? How long is it considered new? That's my same thing, right? But there's already a place called York, so we had to call it New York. Why don't we just call it unoriginal?
Cheer 100, where's the doctor? Take a pull.
Take a pull off of the doctor? I mean, it is 100 bits. That's a dangerous request. All right. What the hell? We'll do one. I'm agreeing to this. But if this ends up getting too crazy, then I'm in trouble. So I'm gonna agree to it this one time. 5W40 Motor Oil is a big supporter and has put in bits yet again. So I'll do it this one time. But this is not a regular thing, because God knows if I'm doing hits off the dock for 100 bits all the time, I'm gonna be dead. I'm gonna be dead before the show's over. Anyways, as for Mosswine's comment, yeah, I don't think it should be New York. I also don't think we should have a city called Moscow or Palestine or half of the ones we have that are other. Like, can we just come up with some original names? Trucker 18-wheeler over there on Rumble saying, "Hey Johnny, hey Trucker 18-wheeler." This one for old 5W40 Motor Oil. There you go, buddy. You just don't feel the same when you exhale on that thing. It's crazy. Alrighty. So there we go. There's the doc. There's your pull. He's normally a Sunday thing, I will have you know, sir. But there you are. Hope you're enjoying it. Anyways, back to real shit and doing a real goddamn show. So a TikToker, so viral influencer, model, TikToker, whatever, has become very, very popular, making waves on social media after she posted
Cheer 100, you need the pinus like they had on Teddy.
Pinus. Okay. Anyways, she posted a video to social media that showed herself walking around the streets of New York with a sign saying, "Looking for a husband." Her name is Carolina Getz. She's a 29-year-old living in New York who recently went through the streets holding up a self-made cardboard sign signifying her wishes. And let's open image in a new tab. All right, so she was having trouble with dating apps because they were taking too long and it was taking too much time to chat, she said. And as a joke, she said, "I'll go outside with a sign." And the next day, she literally did just that. She took a cardboard box that she received in the mail, ripped off a piece of it, and wrote the words, "Looking for a husband," and took to the streets. I have to know how many responses you got, all right? I want to see this TikTok. Where is the... Did you take down the TikTok? Alrighty. The influencer and model said it was funny to see the responses from people passing by. She was shocked at how many supported the action. People began supporting me. Right. Did you get any offers? All right, let's open image in new tab. Let's have a look at her. And...
Guess what?
What?
I got a fever. And the only prescription is more cowbell.
That is 2 gifted subs from 5W40 Motor Oil. Thank you. Thank you so much. A little bit of a cowbell for 5W40 Motor Oil coming in. Hey-o! I'm going to say right now, we have another picture. This isn't the most flattering, but I'll say reasonable. She's got kind of a Zoe Saldana thing, right? Right? Here's another look at her. I will also say this outfit is stupid. This outfit is stupid. These are what? Cut-off jeans that are made to look like boots with the shoes to go with a different pair of acid-washed cut-off jeans? All right, let's see if we can find a not wearing glasses photo for you. Because, again, that one, a little, nope, that's not it. Let's go here. Let's go here. Here we go. Let's open this up. Open image in new tab. Many reactions from other TikTok users are mostly supportive. Many gave her credit for the unique idea. That just might work, one user wrote. Another said, I think I found my next adventure. All right, well, let's go to, here we go. A all right, so she's got like a weird blemish. I get why you wore a lot of glasses. She's all right. I mean, a solid meh, you know? Like, I wouldn't say no at a bar, you know? Trucker 18-wheeler, oh, hell no. Oh, come on, man. You need to know if she has a lazy eye, right? Doable, but personality matters for marriage. Well, I feel like she's out there saying looking for a husband. I feel like that's just the opening volley. I'd walk up to her saying looking for regular beegers, you know? I mean, you got to aim high and settle, hopefully, above where you want it, you know? So, like, for me, like, she'd be like, looking for a husband, and I'd walk up to her, I'd be like, well, I don't have a sign, but mine would be looking for a semi-regular Blumpkin partner, you know? And she'd be like, oh, ew, I won't do that. And I'll be like, all right, so let's settle on daily fucking with a bi-monthly beeger, you know? And there we go. She's in New York. She'll get negotiated she'll get negotiated down to free bagels. But, oh, come on, Scruffy. Crazy as fuck eyes and a nice mustache. You know what? I didn't. Now that you say it, there's kind of like a lip shadow. She has like a Kate Holmes meets homely look. Beegers. Beeger stands for BJ, blowjob, if you don't know what it means. But it was a joke. Crazy as fuck eyes and a nice mustache. She wants the prefab family. I mean, you mean she wants to show up to like single dad territory where he's got like money and standing and a career and kids, and she just has to show up and then take all of it from him? She does have those DSLs. I will say this, they don't look filled. Yet. No, they don't look, she doesn't look like she has lip fillers. Those look like very natural lips. She looks like if Kate Holmes and Hilary Swank had a daughter. You know what? Saint Arène. What does she bring to the table? Well, my question is, how often is she willing to bend over it? Oh! Yeah, but that is actually relevant. She just said she's looking for a husband. Again, these all feel like negotiation points. I think that's her sign's just this, where is it? Let's go back to it. Nope. This sign's just a topic starter. You know what's funny? This lady looks like she's noticed, and she's like, dude, what the fuck? This lady looks like she's noticed, and she's like, dude, what the fuck? These two guys are like, red flag. Red flag. You got no ass. You're wearing jeans. You look like a boy, and with long hair. But I will say this to Scruffy's credit. She put the DSL right on display. Obviously, the strongest point she has to argue with up front. So non-English speaking have a chance. Some immigrant dude just comes walking up to her, points at the sign. Okay. Oh, I'm looking for a husband. Okay. Does she have any boobs? You know, it it's hard to tell because most of our pictures are her holding a sign. Let's pop back here and do a quick old Google search on this one. Who are we looking for? Carolina Geets. And my phone just dinged. She's got 2 names. Okay. It looks like her names are vaguely Russian. So this lady seems like she might be Russian or Eastern European. Maybe she is oh dude, I would laugh if I would laugh if she's Ukrainian. All right, so let's go images. We've seen the images of her asking for a husband. All right, so there's already someone else who did the whole looking for a husband thing. Wait, she met a man? No, this is someone else doing it. Carolina Gets, I mean, I don't think she does. We don't have, oh, here we go. Open image in new tab. There we go. Let's look at this one. And boop. I mean, no. I'm gonna say a solid no. Like, because that feels like that's mostly the dress hanging down. That picture, she's a twig, okay? There's not a whole lot to her. I like this dude just pointing at the sign. That guy, hey! Oh, lordy. Yeah. Someone that sexy and trouble finding love is a red flag. She keeps her toenail clippings in a jar under her bed, saves her tampons in the closet to help the environment. Other words, stay away. Wow, that is a deeply specific list of incredibly fucked up things. Holy Jesus. Coochie lips hanging down. You're right, that's the problem. You know, you walk up to her like, hey, I keep seeing you playing with that bag. What's with that bag? And she'll be like,
It's not my bag. That's not a bag. That's my fucking coochie lips hanging out.
holy Jesus. So you mean when I thought that you were like, you know, petting that dog, you're saying...
I was fixing my coochie lips.
And when I thought you were going to pick up the paper and I got mad because you just walked by and I kind of... I'm sorry, I had a bit of a tiss. You're saying you weren't about to pick up the newspaper.
I was fixing my coochie lips.
And... Okay. Anyways, one word comes to mind, vapid. I don't know about vapid, but I will say this. She definitely seems needy, and if we could go back to the picture quick here. This blemish is giving me questions, because I saw a picture where it was on the other side, which is making me think you fuck with a lot of your photos. And this is you super dolled up, by the way. This is uber dolled up. This is as good as it gets. Which isn't bad. You've got a weird list of tattoos, and I'm worried you've got a lot of other people's names on you. That's another one, ladies. Look, I don't care how amazing the guy seems, unless you are willing to bet your life that we should send her to Tom Chillstrom's number. Go for it. She deserves a ginger. I gotta learn how to swallow. Anyways, so as I was saying, she really does look like the red shirt's a good choice because, again, red flag. Like, again, if I met you in the bar, I wouldn't be like, oh, no way in hell. But I'm guessing there's a lot there that, no. Polar Bear Express saying, she can't sit on a leather chair because she will stick like a suction cup. Oh, I can't do it. Anyways, bet she needs a green card. That would be Like holding that big sign, want to hold something else big. Oh, boo. Do we have a better picture, though? Can we get a not... Can we get a decent not holding a sign photo? Instagram photos. Okay, here's this one, that one, this one. I think she's aware that they don't accentuate her boobs. So she found a different one. Let's try this one. We're spending way too much time on this lady. Let's go here. All right. So accentuating them the best she can. I'm going to say you got solid B's. Suction cup just about spit my coffee on my screen. You think you did that? Oh, man. He was saying it was a suction cup because she spent the whole time, and I mean the whole time, just said like, hey, what are you doing?
I was fixing my coochie lips.
Literally, that's why you're stuck to the chair? Is Crowder still looking for someone? Hey, how do you honor the husband?
I was fixing my coochie lips.
I guess that works. Get me a potato. Boop. Here we go. So that's enough of that. So yeah, she went out there with a sign. I'm guessing it worked or something. I don't know. I'm sure somebody, a little young for me, but what the hell? Yeah, I don't know. You know, like I said, I feel like that is a dangerous door to open, and a lot of creepy dudes gonna try to get in it. More ways than one. All right. She's happy about the support she received, and she will let the world know when she does find the one. You're looking for Neo? Oh my God. Like, you're trying to get us out of the Matrix? That's awesome. Best of luck to you. We need to find him. We need Neo now more than ever. Alrighty, so we covered the story about that. Okay. What time are we at? Oh, it's almost the second hour. So we're running at a reasonably decent time. We'll go with all of it. Let's go to this one first. Alice Cooper, I don't know how many of you know who Alice Cooper is. But if you don't, and I'm imagining most of you do, he's a heavy metal rocker very prevalent in the 80s. Well, of all the people you would expect to make this speech, this guy ain't one of them. I give you Alice Cooper on Jesus.
Tell them who Jesus Christ is to you.
Well, I mean, you know, it's everything. I mean, you know, we're not here without him. You know, most people I know, young people, think Jesus Christ is a swear word.
Yeah.
You know, even at Solid Rock, you know, where we have the teenage.
All right, look, based off your music and just the personalities of the music genre you're in, I would have gone atheist, maybe Satanist. Based off your physiology, let me just say, I was going to guess that you were... Weird. Now it's back. Odd. Anyways, so as I was saying, I'm sorry, I don't know, the mic cut out for some reason. As I was saying, when I look at your face and everything, I swear, like, from the fucking top of my head to the bottom of my soul, I'd look at you and I'd say, well, if I was going to put, like, a word or a name on it, I'd say... Apparently, we're not allowed to address that. Anyways, saying around, I'm marriage material, change my mind. B's, she's got Asian student grade titties, straight A's. Oh, no. Jesus took your mic out. I thought Alice Cooper was always Christian. I'm sure Alice Cooper was always Christian. I'm not saying he's made a turn. I'm saying it wasn't something I knew or expected. And to hear him speak like this is just odd when you think, like, his eyes are not dark like this because of his eyes aren't dark like this because of oh, we don't have, where's the downloads thing? It's not on here. Shit. Damn. Was it on there? Nope. His eyes are dark like that because of makeup he wears all the time to look really just. Cooper's daughter's pretty. I bet she is. But I almost misgendered. Oh no. All right, let's finish this up because again, we're into the second hour. We got to move this along. We're going all the way till 5:30. Everything you donate just kicks into the goal that's pretty secured down the way. So again, thank you all for contributing to the show.
Teenagers down there, they have no idea that who Jesus Christ is.
Yeah.
He's not preached enough.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, I mean, he did just cross the border illegally 300 times last night. Oh, I'm sorry. Those are Jesus. Why are they spelt the same? Totally different.
Most written about character of all time in history.
Right.
And yet people go out of their way to not believe in him.
Why do you think that is?
I think it's because they don't want to give up their godship.
Yeah.
You know, they want to be, I'm a good enough, they believe the Hollywood version of, oh, I do more good than bad, that kind of thing. And I go, why is that? Satan's got you right where he wants you.
Yeah.
You know, to believe that.
Yeah.
I said, because I am the way, the truth, and the life, and no one cometh to the Father but by me.
Right.
I said, those are the truest words ever spoken. And
yeah.
How can you deny that?
Yeah.
You know, so as far as
Again, these are all really weird things to see coming out of your mouth. I mean, again, crazy, but alrighty. His eyes are like that because his last girl sat on his face and sucked his eyes out. I keep seeing people talking about how they need to do a movie about Alice Cooper, and he needs to be played by Steve Carell. He realizes he's going to die soon and probably done some heinous shit, so he's trying to repent, knowing the end is nigh. I'm spiritual, but I don't sign on to organized religions for a very long personal list of reasons. But if that's the thing, man, that's one where I'm like, dude, if you lived one way, then that's how you're going, you know?
Concerned. I mean, my life is based on that now.
Yeah.
It's not
based on that now. Now I think there's actually credence to what someone said. My life is based on that now?
My life is based on that now.
Yeah.
It's not based on rock and roll. It allows me to be a rock and roller. But follow me.
Yeah.
So my lifestyle is, you know, my wife and I both, it's our lifestyle, our kids. It's a Christian lifestyle.
Yeah.
But again, it's the old saying, why should the devil have all the good music?
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of Christian rockers out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and all their shit sucks. Have you heard of Creed? There's a lot of Christian rockers out there, and they kind of blow. The best you've got right now is Imagine Dragons, and that thing sucks like a wet dry vac.
You know, I just happen to be the most vocal one.
Oh, yeah, Alice Cooper is really Christian rock. Alrighty. Weird hearing a guy talk about Jesus who had the lyric, "School's been blowed to pieces." Scruffy D saying organized religion is a scam, power, control, structure. Yeah, but I'm just saying in general, the whole premise of we have a religion, we wrote it down in the book, you have to follow all the rules. That's the thing I question. Who's selling you on as I think Bill Maher or someone calls it the invisible man theory. I don't believe that there is nothing to the existence beyond that. I just think there's nothing. Yes, that's the control part. Well, thank you, Scruffy. I'm glad we're agreeing. Scruffy, long story short, don't be a cunt. Crap, I'm already screwed. Oh. To be fair, Alice Cooper's music wasn't all that anti-God. I don't think it was anti-God. I think given his music genre, given the way he performs, given the pictures, attitudes, and things we've seen of him in his performances, to see him be that just Christian is again bit of a shock. Anyways, we're going for another 2.5 hours. Thank you for being part of the show today. Let's get into something a little more interesting. From one musician, though, to another, this story is about...
Hyundai Tucson versus Toyota RAV4.
That's not it. Is about Oliver Anthony. Oliver Anthony made the decision recently to cancel an upcoming performance in Knoxville, Tennessee, after the bar was slated to perform at hiked up the ticket prices. Anthony gained notoriety last month after his politically charged song Richmond North of Richmond went viral. We know that. I apologize for the price at Cotton Eye Joe, the musician wrote to his official Facebook page on Tuesday. Have a friend of mine trying to help me book gigs. I told him I don't want to do anything that's more than $40 a ticket. Ideally, no more than $25 a piece. Wow. Oh my God, that dude, like, cut your strings after you tune your guitar. These are supposed to be affordable shows. Please don't pay $90 for a ticket. I'm going to work out the details with him, and if we have to reschedule this event somewhere else, we will, the singer wrote. It's also horses that they're charging extra for VIP. That is is that a phrase? It's also horses. It's also a horse's ass. So you guys covered up a word. Put it all in there, damn it, you free speech bastards. I want all of the words. It's also horse's ass that they're charging extra for a VIP meet and greet. Those are supposed to be free. I will get this sorted out ASAP. Don't buy tickets until then, he added in the comments section. The following day, the Virginia native provided his social media followers with an update addressing claims previously made and seemingly deleted by the establishment that Anthony was charging $120,000 to perform at the bar, which was reflected in ticket prices. Oh, that's a real... Look, dude, if he's the hot new thing and you're booking him, yeah. But if he's charging that much, then you better be paying him that much. This guy is an idiot. It was 1,500 seat venue. Which guy's an idiot? The owner of the venue? Taste Fairy saying, hey, John. Hey, Taste Fairy, good to see you. He is now the best Christian rocker I've ever heard of. I had no idea Alice Cooper was religious. His older music was great. Yeah, dude, Alice Cooper's music is awesome. I'm just saying I'm not even saying there's anything wrong with it. I'm just saying it weirded me out. I was like, to sit and see him be like, well, you know, the problem is today too many people think of Jesus as a swear word and not as our Lord and Savior. It's just like, oh, wow. Wow, I didn't see that one coming. Alrighty. Anyways, so you said Anthony was charging $120,000 to perform at the bar. That's a dick move. Cotton Eye Joe claims we are charging people $120,000 per show. They have since turned the comments off, but I want to clarify, the most I've ever made on a show is $35,000. We've done 2 shows in North Carolina that were completely free and have another free show scheduled September 23rd in Kentucky for a cancer benefit, Anthony explained. My booking guy handled all of this on the phone with them, and I realized there are 2 sides to every story, but I personally talked with Cotton Eye Joe on the phone about not charging extra for meet and greet. That's why I was so upset seeing them charging $200 for it. I felt like they suckered us into playing there just so they could make extra money off of y'all, he added. However, the musician said he harbors no grudge. Writing of the bar, I wish them the best. All the fault ultimately is with me. I should have been more thoroughly involved in the booking, and I should probably consider using a professional consultant in this area. There's no reason why tickets should have went up for sale, before a contract was signed, he explained. Well, he's learning fast now. You got to hire one of those contract negotiators. The good news is we already have found multiple other options for $25 admission venues in Knoxville that can accommodate more people the same week this show was scheduled for. We will still be having a good time in Knoxville soon. Later, Anthony shared that he had booked a performance at the Knoxville Convention Center on the 29th, 2 days after his original performance. A representative did not immediately. All right, who cares? Oliver and Anthony is the only person to have a song hated by progressives and Gryopers. All right. Notice he says the most he has ever made is $35K, not how much he has asked for after his cut and paying others. Well, guess his plumber buddy who was booking him is back at his day job. Probably. Guy will be playing birthday parties and VFW halls soon. Yeah, I don't know about that. There is a certain level of I think there's a certain level of respect and stuff he's earned for being this down to earth person. And it seems very genuine. It seems like it's who he actually is. But I agree. You're gonna be having a tough time if you're not willing to do larger venues, and when those larger venues show up, maybe charging more for tickets, because if you're a bigger thing. So I think eventually for most artists there's a rise and there's a cool down period, and depending on what you get in the rise, the cool down period could be different. You got to cash in on your 15 minutes of fame. Scruffy's absolutely right. He's not going to be, I doubt he's going to be this hot button artist that we're all so star-spangled in love with forever. I mean, Taylor Swift's the only one who pulled that off, and now look at her shit. Anyways, Chevy JB on Rumble saying, I think this is awesome. I bet they offered that. Yeah, dude, they offered everything that they, the ticket prices and everything. They put all of that on there on their end. So he just said that it was shocking to deal with that whole thing. Am I the only person who's like, Sophie Turner got divorced? Hello. I've got problems. Anyways. So, again, cancel the gig. Moved it somewhere else. Hope that all works out for you. But, anyways. Alrighty, so, Gryopers are right-wing extremists that think Western culture means white culture. Oh, okay. So you were saying you got them on both sides. Okay, now I'm smelling what you're selling. I don't use those weird terms because for me it's always been right-left, and now I'm always just like, well, why don't we just call that the politics? All right, anyways, so that whole thing dealt with. We're going to move along. We've got a show for another 2 hours and 15 minutes, so hope you're enjoying it. Keep on staying with us. What the heck? What's this one? The DUI thing. I thought we already took care of that. All right, let's close this and go down here. Go down here. Where are we at? Oh, now the ding's back. There we go. There we go. Nope.
The toughest thing for me has been to...
I don't care about the toughest thing for you. So this story is hilarious. A man was apparently charged with a DUI because he was drunk while riding a horse. Fallen. Wow. Hold my... Sophie is single again? I need to go to the courthouse real quick. Right, dude? Seriously. Let's go, Sophie. Images. I mean, yeah, dude, I wouldn't say no. Let's open image, new tab. Let's go. I don't even know what that's about. Open image, new tab. And how about... Oh, that's her being pregnant. Yeah, we'll just go with those two. That looks... Oh, Jesus, this is horrible. So that's reasonably good. And then here we go. Again. And so there we are. Boop. And boop. Yeah, no, I'd say yeah. I mean, not a shot in hell, I'm sure, but, you know, if I had one, I'd take it. Just saying. D means driving right. Who drives a horse? Right, Scruffy? That's the weird thing. Driving under the influence, DUI. DWI, driving while intoxicated. Nobody drives a horse. And the horse was completely sober. Now, if the horse was shit-faced, I'd get it. And I don't understand why we have to fail to do anything about this. This person needs to be let go. He should never have been arrested. Do we have an actual video on it? Nope, just this. Alrighty, so Officer Cody Brackett with the California Highway Patrol was on duty when he spotted a horseback rider carrying an open container of alcohol, the agency said in a Facebook post on Sunday. So wait a minute. You mean that he might not have even been intoxicated? He was just drinking? The officer approached the equestrian to investigate and quickly concluded the rider was impaired by alcohol, leading to his arrest on account of DUI, according to the California Highway Patrol. It's worth noting that according to the California Vehicle Code 21050, the rules of the road apply to those operating animals on the highway, law enforcement officials pointed out. So you mean if I live in some quackadoo world where I get to ride a tiger down the road, I still have to be sober while I'm doing it? Why the do you think I'm riding a tiger? I'm high as a kite and I'm drunk on some seriously cheap liquor. That's the whole reason you're riding a tiger. It's, well, I suppose it's not cheap liquor. It's Jaeger. You request the speed and a direction from a horse, and it does what it wants. I mean, not what it wants, but it generally, you know, it sticks within the guidelines. But a horse isn't going to just do something silly like, hey, how about I run into this tree? If you stop at an intersection on a horse and then pass them out, that horse ain't going nowhere. It's just going to stand there. But more importantly, a horse can see like, oh, I'm in the lane of oncoming traffic. I better book it, and we'll get out of the way. Like I said, if the horse isn't drunk, how much horsepower does that baby have? 1. Oh, technically 1.5, because this ain't a show pony. I've been doping her. You keep saying her, and I clearly see a dick. Hey, don't misgender her. She identifies however she wants. Isn't that right, Buttercup? Oh. What a dumb ass. You are on a fucking horse. Roads don't matter. Just take the fucker off. Right? Start cutting through neighborhoods. But then, you know what? If you do that, then we have a problem. This guy doesn't get this moment. I'll say this. This whole thing seems like bullshit to me. This dude is so happy about it, though. Hey, everybody. I arrested a horse today. So wait a minute. So if he's drunk driving, who has to do the sobriety test? Him or the horse, or do they both have to do it? Because I don't think that horse can walk a straight line. Nothing personal. I just don't think they have that kind of tight coordination. Rusty grammar. More like horse shit, am I right? Uh-huh. Hey-o. He's just so happy. He's just so happy that he had he went home and he told his mail order wife, he's like, hey, guess what I did today, honey? And she went, meh. And then he said, I arrested a man on a horse. And again, she wasn't impressed. Mostly because she doesn't speak English, but that's what happens when they're mail order. Like when they're mail order, you gotta make sure that they're like either language coded or they come with an interpreter. And thank God I at least had a decent return policy, because I mean you don't want to be stuck with that shit. Oh Jesus! The horse was really arrested for not paying the grass he was eating. Oh no! You're telling me that the rider was arrested for a DUI and the horse was arrested for a grass and go? That's not cool. Oh man. So yeah, I have a question. If the horse was arrested or impounded, how did you get it back to the impound lot? Did you tow it or did somebody ride it? Whoever it was had to go bareback, apparently. The owner going bareback apparently felt great for the horse. This is dumb. The horse doesn't have a license plate. Just book it across a field. The pavement ponies aren't going to chase you down. And if they do, I got an IPB out on a man on a horse. Can I get a license plate on that horse? Are you fucking serious? License plate. It's a goddamn horse. How many of those have you seen? Well, I mean, a horse is a horse, of course. Oh, shut the fuck up, Todd. All right, so there we go. Man charged with DUI. Riding a horse. Chips is on the job. Thanks, Poncho and John. I know, dear Butch, they've got us covered, and that's what makes me feel safe in America today, and that is a beautiful thing. A friend in need is a friend indeed, but a friend with weed is better. Fallen the Great is not wrong. Thank God Minnesota legalized it. I'm glad my state's cool with marijuana, because I'm cool with marijuana. I'm not cool with the loopholes that my state being cool with marijuana creates for people who are fans of the Second Amendment. But I don't control those things. Anyways, is this... Alrighty, here we go. We've got a 35-second clip. As opposed to reading the article, I'm going to play the clip because we are halfway through the second hour and we still have 2 hours of show left. So thank you. Thank you very much. Just adds to the list of reasons people don't trust the police. Right? The rider went bareback on the horse. Yeah, Polar Bear, the rider went bareback on the horse and full nut on his pants. And, again, who was the victim? The horse had a wonderful time. Alrighty, so this is our NASA administrator, Bill Nelson. And I forget the actor that he looks like, but he looks like he's about to play like a presidential character in like, you know, a Michael Bay movie. Anyways, he's about to tell us that that NASA doesn't know what the unidentified objects in the sky are, which gonna say I kind of saw that coming, but all right, take it away, Toots. We a couple seconds in. We don't want to put words in your mouth. Aliens will put other things in other orifices anyway.
The NASA independent study team did not find any evidence that UAP have an extraterrestrial origin. But we don't know what these UAP are.
So wait a minute. So you're saying we know they're not extraterrestrial in nature, but we don't know what they are. So how can you know what it's not? 5W40 Motor Oil says, I need growing seeds. 5W40 Motor Oil, I'll put this idea out there. A friend of mine was talking about it, and I can't wait to find someone who's willing to do it. But here's an idea. I have no idea about the legalities of it, but start up a company where you sell, fucking seedlings. Like fucking, you do the first grow, stage, and then they just take the seedlings that are, just ready to put into phase 2, and they just take it phase 2 the rest of the way. They send out an alien to tell us about UFOs. Bold. Yeah, he doesn't look entirely human. But again, the weird part is you're telling me in one breath that you know they're not extraterrestrial in origin. God, that's loud out of the... Dear Butch with the FBI sticker, thank you for the 100 bits. Let's check the party thing and have a better eye on that. Oh, wow, only 100 bits in. We got a fucking long way to go. Yeah, I don't... At one breath, he's saying, we don't know... they're not extraterrestrial in origin. And then he gets a creepy smile. Just, but we don't know what they are. Motherfucker, that is picking both sides. Are they alien or not? You're saying, look, they're not alien. We don't know what they are. Well, if you don't know what they are, it sounds like alien is still a possibility. The FBI is supposed to be loud. Yeah, the FBI is supposed to be loud, but that is almost on the verge of a jump scare, and now I have two problems.
Have an extraterrestrial origin, but we don't know.
But there is literally a space kitty floating right next to my face.
What these UAP are. That's why I'm announcing that NASA has appointed a NASA Director of UAP Research. They are being tasked with developing and overseeing the implementation of NASA's vision for UAP research.
Okay. So we don't know what they are. All right.
Boo-hoo! Let me play a sad song for you on the world's smallest violin.
Almost. Anyways, Laser Kitty is awesome. Mr. Q, Laser Kitty is the shit. I enjoy Laser Kitty. But you can order seeds online. Chevy JB, yeah, you can order seeds online. But the problem with ordering seeds online, one, you might end up on some list somewhere. Two, you got to do, even if the seeds are legit, if everything's good, you got to grow them to like a certain extent. You don't know. Like, here's the best part. If you're doing clones of a plant and you're literally selling off fully grown stage 1 clones, then literally you know what the strain is, you know it's female, you've got everything worked out. It's a better way to be. But let's cut NASA funding and eliminate billions and billions of wasteful spending. I don't know about billions and billions of wasteful spending. You want to talk about wasteful spending? I feel like there's definitely some of that in the military budget. Is NASA part of the military budget? I feel like NASA's not a military thing. It's a weird one in the middle. But, yeah, I'd be all for cutting some spending. But I feel like that is nowhere near as much as we could save elsewhere. And, like, who is it? Who is it said, we don't know what these are. And, where is it? Someone had a good comment. Oh, it was you, Toastmaster, saying, oh, wait, no, he looks like he died a while back, but is somehow still moving. And you trust the police? Funny. Oh, here we go. Scruffy D on YouTube. That's why. They're not extraterrestrials as in outer space. They're extraterrestrial as in from the other side of the ice wall. See, they're flying walkers. Chevy JB says, we get fresh seeds every year. No mails guaranteed. Pick your strain. They come in candy packages. That sounds very misleading. Candy packages. Weird. I've got acres to grow it. I don't smoke. Wouldn't mind growing some and making some extra cash. Well, 5W40 Motor Oil, look into it. The rules and the laws are incredibly vague, almost by design for some strange reason. I have no idea why. And, yeah, What's the worst that could happen? All right, let's clear that out. We've gotten all of our... Hey, we are halfway through the second hour. All of our first hour stuff in the books. Thank you very much. Very grateful to have all of you here, and thank you, all of you on Rumble. I love seeing numbers a little low today, but whatever, that stuff happens. We've got the chat up, so if you chat in Rumble, we will see it, and thank you for being part of the show. It's only illegal if you get caught, right, says 5W40 Motor. Well, I mean, yeah, but if you're growing acres of the stuff, also, there is a problem with growing acres worth. Marijuana, especially the type with THC, is a very fickle plant. So if you're going to grow it outside, just relying on Mother Nature to provide you your light cycle and your light intensity, as well as a majority of your watering and nutrient supply, you're going to have a lower than great yield and a lower than good product. Toastmaster, they're tomatoes, I swear. Well, where are the tomatoes? They haven't grown yet. This looks like a marijuana bud to me. Well, that's supposed to be a tomato. And if you come back in a couple months, we'll see what happened. All right, fine, I'm going to trust you. Comes back a couple months later. What happened to the tomato plants? Never had any tomatoes. Had to throw them all out. You got rid of all of them? You could say that. For substantial financial gain. All right. Oh, this dings now. Now that's a ding thing. I don't know how that came back, but there we go. So let's start loading our second hour stories. We have a couple of stories to talk about in this second hour that will be fairly fun. We're going to talk about a British champion bodybuilder who died at 34. So, we'll find out how that is. If he did steroids or something, maybe something happened to him. I don't know. And then we've got a couple of videos, including one that I am very excited to do, which is the Megyn Kelly show, which I guess is on Sirius XM. She did an interview with Donald Trump, so we're going to go through a little bit of that. We might jump around. It's a 9-minute interview, so there's a few clips. And then we have the head of the Chicago Teachers Union explaining why the school system that she referred to as racist, public schools, is okay to put her children in. And then we have a man who had a bill at Taco Bell. I guess he doesn't understand inflation, but he's just awestruck at how things have changed. Anyways, oh, and then we have an office chair crashing into a family's windshield on a Utah highway. That would be great. Oh, no, we actually have dash cam of it. Yeah. All right, so we'll get to that at some point, too. That one will be fun. Let's go here. Close that. What was the one we wanted to do first? We'll do this one first because it's kind of disappointing. Question, if deer ate the pot plants, could you get high from eating the meat? 5W40 motor oil, most likely no, unless they had ingested a lot of it and relatively recently, like we're talking within the last couple of days. Even then, the likelihood that you would get high is extremely low, if almost impossible. They will have had the THC in their bloodstream. They will have metabolized it. They will have moved it through. The odds that you can somehow receive a high off of the cannabinoids and stuff, very, very unlikely. And I mean, deer are reputed to go nuts for marijuana, like to eat it like fucking like candy. But yeah, I don't think that works. Yeah, so I mean, so if you cook the deer, well, Toastmaster, you're right. You have to activate the THC. But your body digesting the THC can also activate it as well. Just nowhere near as well. I know outdoor in Minnesota is hard. There is so much ditchweed. You gotta scout for 1 mile radius or they will get pollinated. Yeah, dude, again, outdoor is a bad idea. Bad idea. Dead giveaway. All right, so a really horrible thing happened recently to a Indian student, not Native American, Indian. A video released by the Seattle Police Department apparently shows... Why did the police department release this video? Shows a cop laughing while talking about the accident that has sparked outrage. Now, for those of you who don't know, the accident was a police officer driving 119 miles per hour because he was rushing to the believed scene of a possible drug overdose. And he ended up tiddlywinking this lady who has, so far as I know, was obeying all crossing walk laws. And that upset a lot of people. But now this video that came out has upset even more. So the student, Janavi Kandula, came here for graduate work from India. She was killed on a crosswalk by a speeding police car. An officer, oh no. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. I'm reading the transcript of the conversation. We might just have to play it. This one looks, how shall we say, it looks bad. It looks bad. The following video was identified in the routine course of business by a department employee concerned about the nature of statements heard on that video. Appropriately escalated their concerns to the chain of command. All right, so somebody saw this and thought that they needed to share it. So I need to smoke my venison, bro. Yeah, dude, that's a thing I would wonder. I bet you could do it that way. I bet you could smoke it with marijuana, and then you'd have, like, weed jerky. Dude, that could actually be good. I've had some venison that's damn good. I mean, I don't know that I'd want to eat weed venison, but I'll tell you this, I'd certainly try it. Anyways, let's get to this video about, again, apparently he said something horribly insensitive about this poor lady that was killed in a traffic stop, or not a traffic stop, killed in a traffic accident because the cop wasn't able to stop. How long are we doing the screen for? Come on. All right, the accountability ordinance. So this is about stuff holding people accountable. We gotcha. We gotcha.
Yep. Yep, totally. All right, brother. Well, yep. I'm sure TCIS is.
Okay.
And oh, he's good. He says, well, normally we don't give voluntary statements. And I said, hey, you're going to have to decide if you wanted to give a statement or not, but it does not seem like there's a criminal investigation going on.
So I'm guessing they're talking about I believe from what I understand, they're talking about the actual traffic accident, and this person, Scruffy D, just a speed bump in the road of life. Yeah, he's kind of going to make those kind of statements, and it's not going to go well. Now, I don't know if this is his partner or just a fellow police officer, but this is not the actual police officer who is responsible for the accident. The right is getting pretty strict with gun laws, starting with Hunter Biden.
Otherwise, there would be other... What's that? Yeah. Otherwise, there might be other people arriving, correct? Yeah. I mean, he's going 50. That's not out of control. That's not reckless for a trained driver.
He wasn't going 50. He was going 119.
Yeah. Yeah, well, there's some. Initially, he said she was in a crosswalk.
Dude, how long is this fucking red
There's a
light?
witness that says no, she wasn't. But that witness could be different because I don't think she was thrown 40 feet either.
No, I think she was thrown
went
nearly
up on the
100
hood, hit
feet.
the windshield. Then when he hit the brakes, flew off the car. But she is dead.
Okay, so just having this conversation, but she is dead. I mean, wow. Wow. 119, if he was going 120, he would have missed her. No, I read the story earlier from the actual the traffic incident itself, and from what I understand, according to the reports they read, the area was like a speed limit of like somewhere around like 35 or something like that, and he was doing well more than that. But all right, let's keep going.
No, it's a regular person.
It's a regular person. All right, the laughing after saying she's dead is kind of really effed up.
I think she.
I want to know what the other person said, because it's either a really bad and bad taste, poor taste joke, or it's a really bad, good joke. Either way, I want to hear it. Judge for myself. That's terrible. Is the cop car okay? Oh, no. Traffic incidents involving death are automatically supposed to be investigated. Yeah. Well, this one involved death for sure.
Went up on the hood, hit the windshield. Then when he hit the brakes, flew off the car. But she is dead.
Why?
No, it's a regular person.
Yeah, we were laughing.
Yeah. Yeah, just write a check. Just. Yeah, $11,000. She was 26 anyway. She had limited value.
Holy Jesus! Fallen the Great saying, Johnny, so I smoke venison roast, but I start by injecting them with rendered bacon fat that I've been saving, dry rub them, then smoke for 12 hours. That has got to be a huge joint. You must go through papers like crazy. Bro, what? Just a normie? Man, you need to stop being a cop and get therapy when you can laugh at normal people dying. Right? She is 26. She had limited value. I mean, after the vagine, what did she have left? Oh! So yeah, I don't understand why a large outpouring of Indian Americans, Indian diplomats, and just the country of India itself seem to have an issue with this guy. I can't imagine why the Seattle police... It's also amazing it's the Seattle police. It's so amazing it's the Seattle police. Fallen the Great, I might be interested in some of that venison shit that we be talking about. We'll find out. Here we go. Go.
Anyway, she had limited value.
That's someone who just realized the camera was on. I just made a comment about a lady having limited value, and I just realized, oh shit, we're fucking live. Let's go back with that. This clip was poorly framed. I did not need to see all of the lead up with his legalese about how much danger or trouble the guy might be in. That shit's out of my control and completely pointless in this conversation. I would like to see where it goes from here, but I'm betting he turns off the camera. Let's go back to the part right before he laughs. I hear, but I sick. Don't get too close. Sounds good. I'll keep my distance. That explains it. Seattle. Hey, man. I'd like to say you're wrong, but it is Seattle, and it did happen.
No, it's a regular person. Yeah. Yeah, Yeah, just write a check. Just yeah, $11,000. She was 26 anyway. She had limited value.
Is your camera recording your audio and video right now?
Hi, Dr. Bernard here.
No, I didn't want to. Why I stopped drinking caffeine? I don't give a shit about that. I want to fucking don't put fucking title screens in the way. God damn it.
Yeah, just write a check.
Yeah, again, I don't think any of this. Here's where it's weird. Here's where Atomic Ray, you get higher smoking that deer poop. It's already pellet size. Ew. Okay, look. I'm saying this as an extremely big pothead, a man who has been reputed to enjoy the ganj. All right, someone who has been told on more than one occasion that maybe he has a bit of a problem. And I've said possibly, someone who's about to smoke weed right now. I ain't smoking deer shit, all right? Look, if it comes down to like, look, you're going to have to stop getting high or you're going to have to smoke deer pellets, as in poop. It was fun while it lasted. I ain't smoking shit, son. And by that, I mean deer shit. Dear God. Oh, dear.
Just yeah, $11,000. She was 26 anyway. She had limited value.
Hey, is your camera recording audio right now? Again, I was trying to pause the thing, but never mind. It went all the way to the end. Anyways, let's go ahead and go back. What shit? Dear Butch, I'm talking about, someone made a comment in the Rumble chat. Atomic Ray says, you get higher smoking that deer poop. It's already pellet size. And I am not smoking deer poop to get high. One, how do you know that that's the poop with the weed in it? You know what? That's the least of my concerns, honestly. That's the least of my concerns. How about just no? Just off of a just from a broad spectrum, just no. No deer poop. Deer poop, not deer poop. Well, neither actually, deer poop or deer poop. Scruffy D25 saying, yeah, dear Butch, don't smoke your own shit. Right? Never get high off your own supply. What are you, a koala bear? Shane Caesar saying the officer pulled a DSP and didn't realize the camera was on. Yeah, but at least in DSP's case, he was just jerking off. And other than an extremely awkward O face, it was all relatively unoffensive. For this guy, not so much. I mean, I will say this, he did manage to make a video clip that has upset nearly an entire nation. I mean, that one, I imagine that guy's probably not going to have his job tomorrow. Seattle cop is probably not going to have his job tomorrow because Seattle cop probably has an entire government wanting his resignation. And Seattle ain't going to give a fuck. Ben Lurkin, Johnny, says KG420. Well, we saw you earlier. We know you're here. Thank you for being part of the show, KG420. Always happy to see you, man. Happy to met KG420 at the anniversary show this last August. Knock on press board. We make it to the next one. I look forward to meeting even more of you and maybe doing things a little different. DSP lives in Seattle, too. I didn't even know that. I don't care about DSP enough to realize where he lives, but that's shitty. It was a blast. Can't wait for next time. It will be amazing. So, here we go. Let's get on with our show because, again, we have about an hour and a half, a little bit more than, for the rest of our content. And we've got a lot of things to get into. What was this up? This was the video that we did. All right. And, we've got a dash cam footage showing a chair flying through a car windshield. So we'll get to this because it's vaguely the same. Give me tips. All right, here we go. Let's flip over. Boop.
What was that? Like, what hit us? What? It came out of nowhere. I didn't even see what it was.
Startling video of a terrifying driving incident caught on camera. You see it right there. Good evening. I'm Dan Rascone alongside Debbie Worthen here tonight. One Lehigh family is sharing their story after that flying object catapulted right into their windshield.
News specialist Shelby Lofton spoke exclusively with that family tonight. Shelby, this dash cam video is scary.
Yeah, Dan and Debbie, as scary as this was, the Eaton family...
As scary as this was, I have to say, I'm really enjoying suddenly starving myself to appear just slightly slimmer than I actually am. I'm sorry. You got a Midwestern, I call it a butter exterior. You look like you've had some butter. Alrighty, what are we looking at here? Oh, yes. Actually, let's take a moment out. Thanks for reminding me, Rusty Grammar. A longtime friend of the community, we'll call him that. A longtime friend of the community passed away and has set up a GoFundMe for their child, their 15-year-old son. If you wish to donate to it, here's the link. And I'm not gonna do any like this much to the show and we'll donate. No, you do you. And if you want to help out, I appreciate it. This is a member of the broader streaming community, not even a member of my streaming community, just a community as a whole that we've been part of. So, yeah, long live the memory of one Redbeard. 313 indeed. All righty. So back over to this video. Take it away, Toots. Again, office chair on the highway. Now, I'm pretty sure you know if you're the person whose office chair lost its base while you were driving down that particular stretch of road. Considering how popular this video has become, if you find out you're the one who did it, do you tell anyone? Like, do you take ownership of it? Do you go, yeah, that was my chair that nearly impaled you on the, on the 405? I feel like, no, you really, really just go, oops, who could that have been?
Family told me that they're grateful that it was all caught on camera. They told me that when their teenagers started learning...
Yeah, they were grateful it was caught on camera, but not because they were shocked, surprised, or concerned. No, they were grateful it was caught on camera because, bitch, we know we about to go viral.
That it was all caught on camera. They told me that when their teenagers started learning how to drive, they purchased a dash cam for their family vehicle. And this weekend it showed...
That's to make sure that motherfucker ain't driving when he's not supposed to. And so he doesn't speed. Smart. You're thinking. That's very, very smart. I like it.
Just how close they were to getting into what could have been a serious accident. What was meant to be a lighthearted family outing.
We were going to get tacos.
Turned into a terrifying ordeal.
It happened all super...
Wait. You were going to get tacos? I don't want to do it. I shouldn't. You couldn't just make them in-house? I mean, it looks like something you could do pretty easy. Taco isn't a, native dish to you? I'm horrible. I'm sorry. I tried to resist, but the evil was in and it couldn't stay. You went out to get tacos? Toastmaster saying tacos sounds nice. Scruffy D saying racisms. It's not racisms. Am I wrong, or does she not look like someone who maybe... knows a guy who knows how to make tacos at home?
Super quick.
Lily Eaton was in the car on I-15 heading southbound in Lehigh with her two sisters, mom, and partner.
Just something flying towards us. Oh, that's going to hit us. What was?
Again, that looks like a police vehicle in front of them. It's from somebody over here. I want to see if I can figure out who's responsible.
Going to get tacos
turned into a terrifying ordeal.
It happened all super quick.
Lily Eaton was in the car on I-15 heading southbound in Lehigh with her two sisters, mom and partner.
Just something flying towards us. Oh, that's gonna hit us. What was that? Like, what hit us? I didn't even see what it was.
An object they initially didn't recognize crashed into their windshield.
Hold on. Oh, wait, no, that's...
What was that? Like, what hit us? I didn't even see what it was.
An object they initially didn't recognize crashed into their windshield.
At this point, they were about to deal with a UAP. She looks like the type that doesn't do anything themselves. They said partner. Does that mean... Oh, lab glass. That is so just what, tasteless to just, oh, the clam tacos. Oh, boy. What? Look, it's right there. Pink tacos. She likes pink tacos as well as regular tacos, but she only orders out for one. I'm a horrible person. All right, Battle Brother Zio, when did Johnny join America First? America First? I didn't join America anything. And I am never first at anything. I take forever to get anywhere. That's why I'm at best Johnny in the middle, or maybe Johnny at the end. What's wrong with the fish tacos we got? She ain't washed her vagina. Again, UAP coming in quick. There doesn't seem to be any wheels on the bottom of that chair. Oh, wait, no, those are solid feet. So this is not even this isn't even like a high quality, this isn't even like a good low quality chair. This is shitty chair base. If it came off that easily and it's become like literally a ninja star careening through the air, I feel like you could have taken it off before driving. Ultimately. Or somebody threw it. That's how you solve a road rage argument.
Windshield right in front of Eaton's older sister, Annabella.
Well, I was trying to reach around and see her face.
Glass flew through the car.
I was trying to make sure my 3-year-old sister was okay and nothing hit her.
Eaton's mom pulled off to the shoulder.
I was crying afterwards while I was looking at the footage.
What they thought was a rock turned out to be the base of an office chair without wheels, sitting 2 lanes over.
A car 2 cars over from us ran over it, and we're assuming that when they hit it, it spat out from under their tire. It went over the car next to us and onto our windshield.
It did more than shatter the glass.
Part of the metal where the office chair was it scraped up our actual dashboard, so it went into our car.
No one was seriously injured, but they can't.
But they can't afford to fix their window. All right. Now that we know where it is, let's see if we can spot it.
Looking at the footage,
what they thought was a rock turned out to be.
Nope. Go back further.
Object they initially didn't recognize crashed into their windshield right in front of Eaton's older sister, Annabella.
Well, I was trying to reach around.
Well, where's
just a dash cam for their family vehicle? Could have been a serious accident. Was in the car on I-15 heading southbound in Lehigh with her 2 sisters, mom and partner.
Lehigh.
Just something flying towards us. Oh, that's gonna hit us.
Yeah, never mind. I can't see it. I can't see it at any point in time. So it took out the car.
Sitting 2 lanes over.
A car 2 cars over from us ran over it, and we're assuming that when they hit it, it spat out from under their tire. It went over the car next to us and onto our windshield.
It did more than shatter the glass.
Part of the metal where the
across her legs. The Eatons are working out how they'll repair the family car.
I wasn't wrong. They can't afford to fix it.
In the back. It could have been a lot worse.
Annabella has glass cuts across her legs. The Eatons are working out how they'll repair the family car.
As much as it's going to be a pain to fix it, we're we're just happy that everybody's alive.
The family spent hours reviewing the dash cam footage.
It also gives you some kind of closure, so you kind of know you can do a little bit of detective work to find out what actually happened.
They said this serves as a reminder to watch the road and properly pack away anything you're hauling in your car.
It was kind of the luckiest unlucky thing because it didn't hit us, didn't go through the windshield.
Yeah, but it gave it the old college try. Dio saying, here's a link to the office chair. Heavy duty. Oh, my God. It's $47. That's impressive. Can we roll? Oh, we got to scroll over the image to zoom in. So I mean, it looked like it had a base in it. Glass coverage, duh. This doesn't look quite right. This looks close. This just looks like a giant metal starfish. And the hot dog flavored water. Screw you, Limp Bizkit. Anyways, so there's that. It came out of nowhere, they said. Much like her partner. That was sexually. It's similar. All right, well, now we know. This is why you need proper insurance. Well, they had proper insurance. Kiss my starfish. No, I won't, Toastmaster, and you can't make me. Joe Biden's beach chair. Oh! Fallen saying YouTube went down. Everyone else saying YouTube is working fine. Yeah, I've had YouTube working fine. Let's go. And I haven't had any warnings on Twitch or anything else. Analytics. Stream Manager. Is that the one we want? There we go. Stream Manager. Yeah, the bit rate's been solid. So we're looking. Oh. I mean, thank you. Oh. Oh. It's just, Wilmer, thank you for the 50 bits. Oh. That's, yeah, YouTube seems to be fine for me.
Fuck off.
So far, no problems. But hey, thank you for being part of the show on Twitch, YouTube, Rumble, whichever ones you're watching on. We are so grateful. Moving along, we do have an hour and a half left in the show and plenty of things to talk about, including this story about a bodybuilder. Neil Curry, a Mr. Olympia hopeful who made his debut at the 2017 World Championships and competed in the International Federation of Bodybuilding and Fitness Events, has died, his former trainer said Monday. He was 34. Now, bodybuilder, 34? Let's read the story. There could be legit reasons. Absolutely shocking, heartbreaking news that my former athlete, Neil Curry, died today. My last/best memory of him was this smiling face after he won New York Pro and fulfilled his lifetime dream of qualifying for the Mr. Olympia. I am lost for words and filled with pain and sadness. My sincere condolences to his family, friends, and loved ones. Blah, blah, blah. According to the New York Post, he initially indicated Curry may have died by suicide, but he had since edited the post. The cause of the death was unclear. All right, so the Britain native earned his pro card after he finished first in one of the national physique committees worldwide. Where's the pictures of your friend? The picture I have is a guy. Isn't even a guy. The picture I have is just a bunch of weights. Where's the picture of your long lost friend? This one? The silhouette? Well, that's shitty. Alrighty. Stunned and beyond saddened by the tragic news, Neil Curry has passed away at the young age of 34. We passed.
Cheer
our most-
126 Wilmar.
Thank you, Dear Butch. What about Wilmer? I don't know why we 126 Wilmer. Well, thank you. Scruffy is saying injections. Yeah, steroids could be a thing. A whole bunch of look at cheer amounts, says Dear Butch. Cheer 126 Wilmer. I don't have a cheer from Wilmer. Is there something significant about 126? I have no... Forget it. Yeah, I'm dumb. I'm super dumb. No idea what you're talking about. Like, I'll be honest. I just kind of like squirrel mumble. Like, squirrel? So we'll just keep on keeping on because we have an hour and a half left in the show, and we don't want to let anybody down. Thank you for being part of this wonderful program. Oh, I upped him by 1 to take third. Okay, you're talking about that stuff. All right, now I understand. Now I get it. I don't have a scoreboard up there. I just thank people for being supportive. And to me, it's not about money. It's about sending a message. Anyways, so yeah, 34. They said suicide initially. I'm wondering if it's actually suicide. I don't think it is. Like Scruffy, I have questions. All right, I have legitimate questions, but perhaps I'm completely off base. Who knows? Not squirrel, Johnny boy, but look, there's a flying chair. Thank you, Atomic Ray. Again, thank you all for being here on Rumble. Really appreciate the Rumble audience. Thank you so much. Let's get into our next story. Oh, that's right. We wanted to do this. So, the evangelist thing and the receipt thing. We'll worry about that later. We'll make sure to get into this. All right, so this is a 9-minute clip. We might start jumping around if it gets boring, but it starts out pretty fiery and it starts out pretty hot. And not just because it has Megyn Kelly, which the chat box is covering up. But I'll say this, Megyn Kelly, her face is looking a little weird, but the rest of her's still looking pretty fit. I mean, I'd probably still go in on that. I mean, for the most part. Dio saying, remove the chat box, please. You know what? All right, just this one time. All right? There. Are you happy now, Dio? Can you spank it now? I'll put the chat box back up in a minute. But this is, again, a very interesting interview from the first parts that I saw, just because, so she's on Sirius XM. I don't know about the political leanings of that, nor do I know about her political leanings now that she's not a Fox contributor. But I'll say this. I like how hard out the gate she comes at Donald Trump. You know what? I'm just going to play it because I can't even fit. I made a boo-boo with my speaking. She's not about to orgasm at Donald Trump. She just she's aggressive in her questioning and her, just do.
And you didn't fire Anthony Fauci was because he'd been there for a long time, that you would have taken heat, that it would have created a firestorm, quoting your words. Then for the first time in May...
I also said I didn't listen to him too much.
I'm getting there. But then in May, you started saying, well, he's a civil servant, so I couldn't technically.
I love how she's like, yeah, I'm getting there. Because she's not a lot of people will immediately silence Trump, and he actually listens. I don't know if it's just because she's an attractive blonde. Maybe she's reminding him of his daughter, and he's getting a chub. I have no idea. But either way, Like, she's like, yeah, I'm getting to it. He just kind of, that was nice. Normally he fights it. He fights that kind of stuff.
Listen to him too much.
I'm getting there. But then in May, you started saying, well, he's a civil servant, so I couldn't technically. The truth is, though, not only did you not fire Fauci, who is loathed by many, millions of Republicans in particular, but also some Democrats.
By the way,
you made him a star. You made him a star. This is the criticism of you, that you made him the face of the White House coronavirus task
You think so?
force, that he was out at every presser, that he was running herd for the administration on COVID, and that you actually gave him a presidential commendation before you left office. Wouldn't you like a do-over on that?
Rusty Grammer saying Ivanka is a smoke show. Too bad she married a Zionist. You know, I'm not going to say that because why would you want to be tunnel buddies with Donald Trump?
I don't know who gave him the commendation. I really don't know who gave him the commendation.
Presidential commendation. One went out to Mark
Somebody
Milley, too.
probably.
I don't know who gave him the commendation. You know, you can pick those up at the gift shop, sweetheart. Again, presidential commendation. It's they both a smoke show. Look, she's all right. Megyn Kelly's not bad. If you look then versus now photos, I've got some weird things. He's an undercover Democrat switching parties to get the nomination, says Toastmaster. Who, Donald Trump? Yeah, we've known that for a while. Scruffy D, once again, telling us to avoid garden gnomes. I don't know why you hate garden gnomes, Scruffy. They're not real. They're just little porcelain statues. They can't hurt you.
Handed him a commendation. He probably, but let me just tell you about Fauci. Fauci was very important in the Biden administration, much less important. If you know, he didn't want to stop China. He wanted to let everyone come in from China. I stopped it. I overrode it. I overrode many.
Again, you could have overwrote his job. You could have replaced him. You could have used presidential orders to override a lot of shit. You authorized the warp speed program. This is one where this is interesting because it's going to be weird to see Donald Trump defend his record and also simultaneously never admit to taking an L, because that's what he always does. But in this particular case, his L's are well known. I wouldn't even let her touch my bunghole. Who's icky? Are we talking about Megyn Kelly? Megyn Kelly's icky? I have no idea who's icky. Who's icky now? Ivanka Trump? I don't know.
Any of the things he did, he was much less important to me. Now, with that all being said, he's been there for years. He was respected. He lost a lot of the respect because of COVID, but he was respected. And on COVID, if you know what I did, AOC. I let the governors run their states. And many of the governors opened up their states. Some of them didn't. Florida, by the way. True. Florida, by the way, was...
Let the governors run their states. That's true. He let the governors run their states. But the Democratic ones, let me tell you, they pulled some awfully sketchy shit. But again, going back to the Fauci thing, the Fauci thing and the warp speed thing are things I want him held accountable for, because the Biden administration wasn't the one that signed a deal with you guys don't have to suffer any consequences for side effects or anything else. That happened during Operation Warp Speed. That happened during Trump. And I'm not saying that, we shouldn't vote for Trump because of this stuff. No, I'm saying these are the L's of his record that, in my opinion, if you want to be taken serious, as regardless of how you behave or act or say or whatever, you want to be taken serious as a legitimate presidential candidate, and you want people to vote for you, you are going to have to answer for what you did in the last 4 years. It was the thing he kind of had the little, I guess you could call Trump card he had the first time around. He didn't have a political record to hold him accountable for. He had a public record that people tried to hold him accountable for, and most of the people that want to vote for him said, I don't give a shit. And they might now, too. But the coronavirus stuff is something that he, unfortunately, has a lot to do with, especially in the beginning. And so, let's face it, the president is just a face. There's something other than what we see going on. Oh, dude, there is definitely some of that, but you can't deny with what we've had happening the last few years that it definitely seems like the other behind-the-scenes people were doing a lot better. Because, again, the behind-the-scenes people for the last 4 years have apparently been like, hey, let's just torpedo the whole thing. Let's just bomb it. Blow it up. And I don't really like that sentiment. All right, keep going.
Is closed. But if you take a look at Henry McMaster, he had his state, South Carolina, open. You take a look at South Dakota, take a look at Tennessee. A lot of the states were not closed. And it's the federalist system. I allowed the governors to do that. I also allowed Democrat governors to do that, but I don't think none of them did it.
Wouldn't you like to go back and try to clip his wings? This guy was pushing mask mandates on us. He wanted the most extreme measure at every turn.
Okay, look, I'm not one that blames a system that if you're civil service or if you have some other protection that you can't get fired, because I've done things that are a lot worse than that.
You're big on the firing.
So yeah, I fired a lot of people. I fired Comey, and that was one of the great firings. I fired Comey, and then I fired a lot of other people in the FBI, and they were great firings because the deep state and they were
totally helped you out. I don't know if you realize this, buddy, but you got rid of those people. The rest of the FBI is coming for your balls.
At work, and they were not good people. But I was not a big fan of Fauci. If you look at Ron DeSanctimonious, this guy said the greatest things. I can give you articles that Fauci's great. He's wonderful. We love him. We don't do it.
All right. I know you're burning on him because am I wrong to say that when it comes to Fauci and mandates and everything else, that Ron DeSantis, and I'm kind of slipping, Mr. Trump, I understand that Donald is saying some things about the great state of Florida, but I have to say off the top here that if you look at our record, you will see clearly that not only were we open for the entire COVID pandemic, but I actively fought many of the mandates and the vaccine rollouts, and my record speaks clearly for itself. Whereas if anyone wants to complain about Fauci, we might want to talk about perhaps the government that instituted all of the policies and practices that evolved into this situation, which is why, again, I say Donald Trump, what you say, I'm rubber, you're glue, what you say bounces off of me and, in fact, sticks to you, Nana Boo Boo.
Funny thing without Fauci, this went on for months.
But he didn't listen to Fauci.
He did 100%. Look,
he shut down Florida.
I will give you.
I love that he didn't listen to Fauci. He did 100%. This is one of the things I hate about Donald Trump and one of the reasons I don't like him. But also at the same rate now I'm learning to laugh at because, this was nothing to put up with compared to, this guy doesn't just completely talk out of his ass all the time, but he does, take the bidding from other, foreign governments. So that's why, again, Donald Trump, a little bit more flexible in that regard. Yeah, I'm sorry, dude. You told a baseless lie to make someone else look bad because they're your competitor. And that's how you've done your whole life. That's what you do. That's your go-to move. So, all right. But at the same rate, I'm sorry, you picked a loser on trying to burn on DeSantis. You picked a loser trying to burn on DeSantis for this particular issue. There are plenty of places we can burn on DeSantis, but being a puppet to Fauci or Fauci, the lockdowns, the mandates, that's really not something you can go against Florida's record on. Alrighty. Let's keep on going. Again, this is the SiriusXM interview from The Megyn Kelly Show with Megyn Kelly. And if you don't know, Megyn Kelly's the one with the long hair. I often see the two of them and forget which one is the aging woman.
He shut down Florida.
For a month.
Oh, he shut it down for a lot longer. He shut down the beaches. He shut down the...
No, he shut down Florida for a month when everyone was being ordered to shut down. He took the shutdown thing for a month and then said, F it. Again, I lived in this, man. You're picking the wrong fight.
The roads. He shut down a hospital. He was shutting down everything. He also had long lines of people getting the jab, as he called it. Let's all go get the jab. The guy tried to change
your
history
jab
in Florida. Now, eventually Florida was open, but a lot of these other governors didn't shut down at all. South Dakota didn't shut down. McMaster, South Carolina, didn't shut down. Tennessee, there are states that didn't shut down at all. They
Rusty Grammar, is this like Aaron punching down on Patty 3 Seats or Chad Z? Toastmaster, you initiated the shutdown that lasts for 2 weeks. You initiated the shutdown for 2 weeks that lasted 2 years, Mr. Trump, says Toastmaster. Yeah, he did try to push to open it, but he got, they fought him on that. Rusty Grammar, I keep coming back to this. Aaron punching down on Patty 3 Seats or Chad Z. I don't know that Aaron makes a lot of effort to punch down on Chad, but just what I don't know enough on the Melton thing to comment, but I will say on the Chad thing, if Aaron ever punches down on Chad with the messages that Aaron and April have received from him, like emails and stuff, from just the little bits that I know of, I think he kind of earned it. Again, the Melton one, I don't know. What has Melton done that's asked for the nudes? That's creepy in and of itself. Anyways, moving on. So everything he's saying is a bunch of BS. I don't know about a bunch of BS, but again, this is one of those where he's saying a lot of things that are BS, and he's just flat out wrong on this. But his inability to take an L is really kind of the one that's Minnesota was shut down for months. Texas was shut down for months. Arizona was shut down for months. There are more states shut down than there weren't. Right. But again, Florida and North Dakota, I think, are the two off the top of my head that were the big, we're staying open, we don't give a shit, we're not shutting down states. And states like the one I live in, Minnesota, were big, we're not going to open up because Governor Tim Walz really enjoyed his emergency powers. And so, again, this is one where it's just like, I'm sorry, Trump, you wanted to bag on one of your opponents, and I get it. But you picked a loser on this particular argument, and you need to move past it.
They probably did the best job.
But Ron DeSantis was under a lot of pressure, especially given the population, the age of a lot of Florida's citizens.
I'm not trying to blame anybody, but he should say, I closed it.
You are trying to blame someone. You brought Ron DeSantis in this when we're asking you questions about you and your support of Fauci, and you're saying he supported Fauci.
Down. Eventually we opened it, but I closed it down. But I gave him the right to keep it open if he wanted to. I let the governors make the determination as to whether or not to close it down.
But let me ask you this, because this is the number one question. I asked my audience, what would you like me to ask President Trump? These are your fans. This is the number one question they wanted me to ask you. That you shut the country down for 6 weeks in spring of 2020. Operation Warp Speed.
Excuse me.
Rush through.
I didn't really.
Yes, you did. You're about to weasel out of this, but yes, you did.
A lot of Florida's citizens.
I'm not trying to blame anybody, but he should say, let the governors make the determination as to whether or not to close it down.
But let me ask you this, because this is the number one question. I asked my audience, what would you like me to ask President Trump? These are your fans. This is the number one question they wanted me to ask you. That you shut the country down for 6 weeks in spring of 2020. Operation Warp Speed.
Excuse me.
Rush through.
I didn't really.
Let me ask their question.
But
Megan, let me get through this because they're about to start fighting. They are both losers. They deserve the punching down. I'm just saying it doesn't help them do so. Just the fact he had to retaliate against their bullshit, similar to Trump punching down on DeSantis, it's not benefiting anyone. The difference is Trump is punching down on DeSantis because Trump doesn't want him to be competition for an election. So it just, like I said, as for not helping him, I don't know if he does it a lot. When he doesn't need to. I feel like enough stuff comes up and he probably ignores. I have no idea. But I don't know. So when the politicians start flopping dead from the stench from the load of BS they spew out of their mouths. Well, they don't. They have respirators. But some of them are just going to start flopping dead because time waits for no one, and Mitch McConnell is going to literally just melt like one of those people in the Indiana Jones ending. It's a shame when 35-year-old healthy athletes die, but these crooked old fucks live forever. Right? And they get to be in charge the whole time? I know that Supreme Court justices, it's a lifelong election thing, but the rest of you guys, that was not the deal.
In spring of 2020, Operation Warp Speed.
Excuse me.
Rushed through.
I didn't really.
Let me ask that question.
But Megyn,
this is my audience's question. I got to get it out.
But I let the governors shut down. Some did and some didn't.
Okay.
Some didn't shut down at all.
Operation Warp Speed, though.
Yeah.
That was on the vaccines.
I gotta get new
they were rushed through. They have helped, but also hurt a lot of people. And your White House actually supported mask mandates. So wouldn't you like a do-over on any of that?
Look, when this came in, nobody knew what the hell it was. It sounded like an ancient, pandemic. You thought that was from 200 years ago or from 1917. We never thought you'd have a pandemic. Nobody had any idea. We got word that bad things were happening in China right around the Wuhan clinic. And I was the one that said it was in the Wuhan clinic. Mm-hmm. And, I stuck with it, and it was absolutely. It came out of the Wuhan clinic. But you take a look, and what we did was, this was brand new. Nobody knew what the hell it was. There's dust. Somebody said there's dust coming in from China, and it's killing people in Italy, and it's killing people in France, and it's going to kill people here. And by the way, I shut it down to China. That was a big move. I saved thousands, hundreds of thousands of lives by doing it. But honestly, I don't blame a lot of people because nobody knew what it was. Now we do understand it somewhat. Nobody really understands it even now fully. But nobody knew what COVID was, and it wasn't even a name. I called it the China virus. I still do. I call it the China virus. It came out of China. They call it COVID and COVID-19.
All right, so Toastmaster saying, I always thought it was a cold, and I was right. Well, dude, I caught shit for this when I said it about lockdowns and things like that. I caught a lot of crap when I said that I felt that if you were opposed to lockdowns, or not opposed, if you were in favor of getting paid off and getting and having lockdowns happen, that you were just lazy or some shit like that. And someone's like, "Nah, dude, we just care about our grandparents and our jobs." And it's like, no, you don't get what I'm saying. I said this from the beginning. I said, when you explain what this is to me, someone who has a compromised immune system and dealt with a lot of shit a lot of time, it doesn't sound like that big a deal. Now, we can sit here and talk about it, but I'm mostly talking to a wall in that regard. You guys understand and agree what I'm saying with our 47th or our 45th and 47th president, says Ross Dogg's Broken Spirit. Maybe. I don't care for his kind of squeezing out of the Fauci stuff and various other things. And there's a couple reasons for that. One, Operation Warp Speed. That was a problem in terms of you let the pharmaceutical companies have carte blanche to do whatever they want, produce whatever they want with any or no results, and they were completely beyond reproach or question. That's not okay with me. And that happened under your administration, so that one's yours, buddy. It doesn't matter if it was Fauci's idea or not. And as for the whole Fauci was in charge before I got in and everything else, yeah. But we now know this is another thing that bothers me. We now know for a fact that Fauci knew exactly what we were dealing with when he came up on the stage multiple times. He knew that the companies involved and everything. He knew a lot that he completely lied about. And again, you didn't have a problem with Fauci at any point in time to sit there and be like, every time we ask him about that stuff, why did you support Fauci, whatever. He makes a little I couldn't do anything. The Biden administration, no, I'm not talking about Biden. We're talking about you. He deflects. Not Biden, not Trump, 2024. Well, unfortunately, Toastmaster, that's more of the Ripley Hicks 2024. It's the only way to be sure. Which, by the way, I think I'm getting that shirt. I'm ordering that shirt, I think, today. I've had some difficulties neurologically and stuff lately, and I'm getting disappointed. Maybe a little for me gift. I'm gonna order the Ripley Hicks 2024 shirt. Anyways, so Megyn Kelly, getting back to you. Let's go with this. If it's we're halfway through this. This is actually pretty interesting. But we do have an hour left in the show with a shit ton of content. So we'll be going till 5:30. Thank you for being part of it.
As far as the vaccine's concerned, you had the original COVID, and the vaccine had an impact on that. And there are some people.
No, it didn't. Again, we have facts on that again. No, it didn't.
I will tell you, some friends of mine that are Democrat, I think they voted for me, but they're Democrat, very smart people, top people. They say, you know, I don't understand one thing. Why don't you talk more about the vaccine? It was one of the greatest things you've ever done.
No, it wasn't. Oh, my God. And, of course, nameless people. This is why I don't like Donald Trump, all right? This is why I don't like Donald Trump. You can say whatever you want about Biden or anything else, but the vaccine was one of the greatest things you've ever done. Let me give you one simple reason why it's not the greatest thing you've ever done. The people that made it cannot be held accountable at all for any possible negative side effects that it may have. All right? And if you're about to tell me that that vaccine isn't the same as the boosters and the other stuff, I'm going to tell you to go take a sugar-frosted fuck off the end of my dick, because bullshit, all right? This is, again, where I have a problem with Trump. And this is why I have a problem with the people that worship him. He has a ability to completely ignore reality and just say, well, this is what happened and this is how things are. I have people, top people, who told me this thing that completely benefits or goes with my side. Again, and these are top people. Right. What top people? Oh, good God. I knew I was going to get pissed. Again, this is where I knew I'd have a problem with Trump. Need Trump will start bashing Johnny now. Dude, Need Trump can bash me all he wants. He's literally about to S the D of the vaccine. I'm not okay with that. I'm not okay with that. Not with the facts we have out now. Not with the number of facts that come out that support things that I say. I'm not even pointing them out like I'm doing a Donald Trump thing. These are top facts. These are top facts. But no, there's a number of reports. I've read them on this show and on Aaron's show. There's a number of reports that at the very least support, if not solidify, the fact that the vaccines and the boosters were not the answer that they were proposed to be. But to sit here and say that the vaccine worked very well, that's a complete detachment from reality. That's, this is where for me as a person, you earn me by just saying, yeah, I kind of made a mistake there. Nobody's perfect. The we didn't have enough facts. It was a new thing. Like that stuff. I'm like, all right, you got a little sympathy from me here. You do have that. It wasn't, and you wanted to lock out China. I'm like, all right, that's another point there. But you can't just eat the D and go, you know what? We made some mistakes.
They're Democrat, very smart people, top people. They say, you know, I don't understand one thing. Why don't you talk more about the vaccine? It was one of the greatest things you've ever done. Now think of that. They say to me, and I say, I'm not going to talk about it one way or the other. First of all, no mandates. I don't want mandates. I never had mandates. Florida sort of had a mandate because they were giving the vaccine. They were demanding everybody take the vaccine. It's another thing. But no mandates.
Again, can we get off of Florida, even if that's ridiculous? The mandates thing, you're skipping the actual issue. The vaccine was not a good thing in terms of it's one of the best things you've ever done. No. Solely from the fact that the pharmaceutical companies can't be held liable for the vaccine. They were paid for frickin' blank check by the government. These are two reasons that was not super duper awesome.
Know anything. I didn't demand anybody take it. But I have people on
No,
the...
you just paid for it and, again, made sure that the companies that made it can't be held accountable. And why you did those things are legit questions.
Other side, not my side, although probably there's some on my side too. They said, you saved 100 million people because I got it done in 9 months as opposed to 5 years to 12 years. A lot of people...
You're proud of it.
No, I'm not proud of it. I'm saying what Democrats think. Democrats...
I get it. I mean, and I'm not...
And I'm not
All right, can you stop saying what other people think then and tell us what you think? I'd like to hear what you think, not nameless Democrats. I'd like to hear what you think. Again, I'm saying what nameless Democrats think. No, you're claiming what unnamed Democrats think. Great. What does Donald Trump think about what Donald Trump did? All right? Can you shoot straight with us 2 seconds with that?
No, I'm not proud of it. I'm saying what Democrats think. Democrats...
I get it. I mean, and I'm not somebody who denies some of the good that the vaccines did. I lived through that too. But of course, a lot of people have been vaccine injured. And that's one of the questions. Those people are mad that they were rushed through and that they can't sue.
Well, I never gave mandates, and people have to make up their own, make their own decision. As far as I'm concerned, now some places had mandates, very strong mandates, largely Democrat governors and probably some Republicans, et cetera, et cetera. But there are Democrats that say, why aren't you talking about that? It's one of they really believe strongly. One said, you say, and this is very smart people. They said, you said...
Again, nameless people that are supposedly smart. This is where I hate Donald Trump. Just, again, dude, the best government is a lack thereof. Rugged folk will handle our own shit ourselves with our hands being held. If someone we know needs a hand, we will be there to assist. Right, so, get rid of the government because I'm sure no other country would just take us over if we had absolutely no centralized government of any kind. Look, I get Rusty Grammar where there are definitely too much. But the idea of no, the best government is lack thereof. See, if we were just a bunch of people who just owned land, we'd never have to worry, right? Because if somebody goes, hey, this part is my property, and someone goes, no, this part is my property, I say so. And we just all have guns. We won't possibly just murder somebody and just, What about roads, says Declassified Crocs. Well, now, Declassified Crocs, you're wounding my argument. I don't know, and I got to put the chat box up again. That's right. I used to have that up to protect me from what people say, and I don't get help. What about roads? That's hurting our argument, man. I don't know if you've noticed, with the things we have now, we can't fucking handle roads, all right? I don't know if you've been around in Minnesota. The roads suck all the time. Rusty Grammar. I guess I watch too many Westerns. Look, I agree with your sentiment in a lot of ways, Rusty Grammar. I just think in the modern world that we live in this day and age, if we lived in the world you explain, it would not work out well. Both just within here and then places with countries like I say to the environmentalists all the time. What about India? What about China? What about these places? What about those places? We're having a horrible time with the government we have. If we completely abolished it, our southern border situation, oh boy. But I will say this, if there was no real government, then you don't really have a monetary system and a whole bunch of... Yeah, it'd be utter anarchy. Utter anarchy. The glory days without running water. Yeah, when dysentery was the #1 killer. And by that, I mean this guy named Terry. If you call him a bitch, he just flat out shoot you. He was lethal.
100 million people worldwide. In 1917, it could have been as much as 100 million. It ended the First World War because all the soldiers were dying of this horrible disease of...
Again, sir, I don't know if you've paid attention to the reports that have come out with the CDC and other places. But again, COVID was not wiping us out left, right, and sideways. It was affecting people. Absolutely. But to act like it's the same thing as what the Spanish flu or whatever in 1917, to act like we were under the same kind of threat there, that's vastly not. I remember dysentery. He was a Fallen, I can't read that on this channel. That's why we don't promote the, or that's why we don't put the Rumble chat on the screen.
1917. You know, it actually ended the First World War. The soldiers were dying. They was on the lines. They're fighting, and they're dying of.
Yeah, you know what COVID didn't end? The war between Russia and Ukraine.
This horrible disease. They said, you might have saved 100 million people, 50 million people. Why aren't you talking about it? I said, I'm not talking about it. But what I did do is I got something done for that specific thing. I also got Regeneron, and I got a lot of therapeutics done, which were great. I also got the robes and the leather and the rubber and all of the different things, the ventilators.
We're not talking about the fact that you created this and you gave them, again, no anything. Are you going to hold his dick, you going to hold his dick to the fire on this, or are you just going to let him inflate his ego about all the things he's done?
We did a tremendous job, and it's never, you know, they appreciated what I did with the economy. I got a lot of good marks on economy. I got a lot of good marks on a lot of things. Rebuilding the military, getting rid of ISIS, the biggest tax cuts in history.
Supreme Court.
I never got, I think, the credit that I deserved on COVID. And I'll tell you.
So again, all of the things that the Democrats were saying, inflating your ego with, that when she critiqued you on, you said, I'm not saying this, they are. You're saying you deserve it. Okay, so again, all right, I'm sorry. Those nameless Democrats, those are your opinion. Donald Trump's opinion that the COVID vaccine is super duper great and he's super duper awesome for doing it. Again, I'm not saying he didn't do good in a lot of areas, but I'm saying, dude, just admit it. That thing was messed up, and the fact that you pushed it without the ability for the fact that the companies can't be held accountable. Number one. That's number one. Okay, fine. Miniarchy, government at the local level, like town halls, and 2 reps from each state on the federal level to vote on issues with for their states with the president, but no 3-letter bureaucracies or any other federal agencies of any kind. Again, rusty grammar. You know what you're talking about? You're talking about resetting the government. And you know what the government will do is they'll go, fine, now the bureaucracies have 4 letters. Like I said, it's a simple system you're creating, and the problem you have is that all of these systems are built around people. And people in power will become greedy. And greedy people that want more will seek power for the purpose of their greed. It's a self-perpetuating system. And if you got rid of it for the utopia you talk of, other places in other parts of the world where those greedy people have seized, in some cases, almost ultimate power, will just see you as a very easily conquered victim. Again, it's shitty. It is. And it's never been this bad. But Terry's mom's so fat, he needs a cane to use a turlet. Oh, she needs a cane. There was an S there, and I should have read it. 1776 will commence again if these... All right. Oh, this clip's almost over. Let's get done with this. We have about 45 minutes in the show. Thank you for being part of it.
The way I look at it, it came in and nobody knew it was. We have to put ourselves back then. I had a meeting, and we had a lot of professionals in the Oval Office. They say, sir, something bad is happening in the world. I said, what's that? And they said, people are dying.
Again, that's not entirely accurate. But if you want to hide behind that as reasons for doing this, fine. But the fact that you don't literally own up that you made a mistake, not letting the companies be held accountable. The fact that you don't own up to the fact that they didn't produce. Again, these are not tinfoil fat conspiracies anymore. All right? The actual science is out now. What's up, guys? Putin thinks Trump is a rock star. Roll with it. I don't give a crap what Putin thinks about, or what Putin thinks about Trump, or what Trump thinks about Putin. I'm talking about his inability. I'm ready. I'll quit spamming your chat with my awful ideas. I should finish this job so I can go home. Oh, I'm sorry, Rusty Grammar. I'm not saying your ideas are awful. I'm saying. Clever girl. Thank you, Wilmer Auto Tech. I'm not saying your ideas are awful. Trump would be great in charge of State Department. Maybe. I don't know about that one way or the other. I'm not smart enough to make that opinion at the moment. I'd have to think about that and do a little more research. But I'm just saying, Rusty Graham, I'm not saying your ideas are bad. I'm saying your ideas, while great, are simply that they're rather idyllic. They're hard to make happen in the real world we live in because people. I said cane, not canes. Terry's mom's so fat she needs a cane to use a turlet. Johnny ruined my joke. Yes, Fallen, I did, and it was apparently intentional. Is Trump Putin? I don't think Trump's Putin. I think this pause looks like Trump's Putin right now. But I will say this. Here's why I like Donald Trump over Biden. Because he's not Putin his pants. Yeah, the only thing Biden has in his pants besides piles of shit is Ukraine and China up his ass. Anyways, so this let's finish this. I don't know where we got on the Putin thing, but here we go.
Dying in China, in this area, and there was pictures of body bags all over the place. Black
that information
body
was
bags,
coming out.
Satellite pictures, and they were all over. I said, that's strange. And then they'd have another meeting the next day, and the next day, and the next day, and all of a sudden, they had something where the first person died in the United States, and then another.
All right. Lastly, I couldn't give three about any country, especially Ukraine. Quit sending my money to any other taxpayers. Hard-earned money. Oh, I agree with that wholeheartedly. But let's good luck seeing that. I will say Donald Trump is the best person to get for the America First ideal you're asking for. Trump is too full of himself to have anything else in there. Thank you, Danger Bear Wolf Turtle. I kind of agree. Oh, she needs a crane to use a turlet. Oh my God, crane. And Fallen the Great says, stop dating Kane. I don't know who Kane is. I'm not dating them. Now you got me triggered because you can't read. All of these things are true, Fallen the Great, but hey, can they just stop stealing money from people? That would be nice. Shunt 4000, I wholeheartedly agree, and I believe, like I said, if you want to see any of that happen right now with the crop we have, Trump might be the best bet for that. But this is one, much like I like the Tucker Carlson interview where they talk about some stuff, this is one where I really like that Megyn Kelly's kind of hard on him about the fact that, look, this thing is something you did. It's something you need to answer for. The problem I have is that he keeps literally filleting himself about it using, again, I'm sick of nameless people. Tell me these people who supported you.
Yeah.
And then it died. Then they started dying all over Italy and all over Europe. Nobody really knew what it was, Megan.
All right. And that's a little bit of a defense for why you did some of the things you did. But then, again, explain why the beyond reproach, like beyond punishment, automatically paid for. No. I feel like that stuff should have been something that we worked out a thing where it's like, no, the people getting it, maybe. Just, again, the fact that even if people didn't get them, the companies just got money, yours and mine. That's it's not something I'm in favor of. At all, really. But oh well. I got Fallen the Great triggered, so he's probably gone now. I'm sorry, Fallen. I apologize. I triggered him. But again, thank you for watching on Twitch, YouTube, and Rumble. We're super happy to have all of you. Great day today. Thank you so much. We have about a half hour left in the show. A little more than 40 minutes or so. And we've got a crap ton of content to get into. Do I want to do... Yeah. We're going to go about this. 8 minutes of pure gold, they say. This is the union president, the teachers union president of Chicago, on a CNN interview defending, and they even say on it, she's under fire, defending sending her student or her kids to, or son, sending her son to a private school. A little bit of a backstory, if you don't know, about the teachers union chief of Chicago. The teachers union chief of Chicago has referred to private schools as Jim Crow in the education system and the maintenance of racial segregation, saying that they are quintessentially an evil, if you will. Also, I'd like to point out, as a member of the teachers union, picking anything other than public education does sound a lot like you don't think as highly of the teachers your union represents in public education.
Chicago Teachers Union is facing intense backlash after it was revealed that her eldest son is enrolled in a private Catholic school. Now, the reason that this is at all controversial for some people is because Stacey Davis Gates has championed the city's public school system while consistently voicing strong opposition to private education. Now, last year, she underscored her position on the issue, saying, quote, "I can't advocate on behalf of public education without it taking root in my own household."
So your son isn't in your house? Oh, I get it. She's 100% right. She can't advocate for public education without it taking root in her household. But her son isn't in her household because the private school she sent him to has their own dorm. Oh, mama's drinking on the weeknights.
And joining me now is Stacey Davis Gates. Stacey, thank you for being here. We wanted to have you on so you could help explain what.
I love that this is happening now. We can't say it's a race thing. Like, no, they're holding her to account. We've got the volume up all the way, right? This seems a little quiet. Yeah, it is. Here we go.
Happened here. You've likened in the past private schools of today to, quote, segregation academies of the Jim Crow South. Why then send your child to a private school after speaking out so publicly against them?
I didn't speak out against private schools. I spoke out against school choice. School choice and private schools are two different entities.
In your tweet, you describe basically you describe private schools of the North. That was literally your language. But you've also said this, that school choice was the choice of racists. I think at the end of the day, people are asking here about whether the rhetoric matches your actions. What do you say to them?
Well, I would say that if we understand the desegregation of schools post Brown v. the Board of Education, we also understand that school districts in the South in particular closed down entire school districts, offered money to families, white families, so they could get accepted into private schools. That is, in fact, the origin of school choice in America. And I know that the right wing wants to obscure that in the same way that they want to tell us that slavery was a job training program.
Look,
nobody wants to tell you slavery was a job training program. People have been saying that of the things that happened with slavery, the people that were slaves were given skills, and at least when they were no longer slaves, they had training for jobs. And they're just saying they had valuable skill. Look, I have a special.
Look, if you want me to get off this plantation, I can tell you right now I don't have any money. But what I do have is a particular set of skills. Skills I have used over a long career to pick cotton.
Nobody should love this show. All right. Look. Whoa, shunt. School choice is a choice of racisms. Right. Here's the funny part about that. School choice is this whole racist thing. She's doing it, though. She's choosing to send her child to a private school. So apparently, school choice is a choice of racism. Akon said they all need to go back to Akon. I don't know who. All right.
I understand the history that you're talking about, and I myself attended public school my entire life. But I think one of the issues here is actually something that you yourself raised. You wrote a letter to your colleagues and you said that our critics want you to believe that, quote, school choice is a black and white issue that lacks nuance and hard choices for people like us, black families, especially when you are parenting a black boy in America. You wrote that to explain why you chose to take your child out of public school for a sports program at a private school. The question I think your critics are asking is, why not afford that nuance to the families who might live in the south side of Chicago and in other major cities, and they want the same choice that you were able to afford to give to your child?
So a couple of things. Number one, I have 3 children, and all 3 children have attended public school, and my youngest 2 are still public school students. The second thing is that over 90% of my
And all 3 children are spaced apart by exactly 4 years.
neighbors in my zip code send their children into schools outside of our zip code, outside of our neighborhood. And this is an issue that black Chicagoans, black families in Chicagoans deal with on a very regular basis, and in fact for generations. This is not an issue of just Stacey Davis Gates and her family. Quite frankly, this is an issue especially for middle-class black families all across this country, where the public accommodation is obsolete, just like the grocery store in our communities is obsolete, just like that.
The grocery store in your community, the grocery stores in our community are obsolete. They're not obsolete because of... Do we have to show you the stores that have been looted and ransacked to the point that they don't fill them anymore? Wow, Danger Bear Wolf Turtle. Ouch. You know, I haven't sucked a dick in damn near 50 years, but for you, I will not make an exception. Bishop, I have no idea what the fuck we're talking about. Trump would be great in charge of the State Department. Yeah, we got that on there. Rusty Grammar. Oh, Chicago, America. Well, we got an opinion there. So there we go. Okay. I don't know how you can say stores have gone obsolete. Shunt, what she means by obsolete is she means that they're closing, all right? The union chief of the Chicago Teachers Union doesn't know what the term obsolete means. I gotta do it one more time. Actually, I meant to. I can't count, just like she doesn't understand words. Look, obsolete means they're no longer up to date. They're no longer current. They've been outdone by advancements in perhaps, say, technology. What you mean is the stores are gone or whatever. And again, we can talk about why that is, but it's not because of racism. It's not because stores are racist and they hate black people. Again, that's the reason why stores are closed, not obsolete, in your community.
The healthcare provisions in our community are obsolete. What I am saying, and what we have said very clearly as a union for a very long time now, is that the public accommodation has to be invested and resourced in black communities because we have been defunded and destabilized in those same communities. So when we talk about choice, Abby, what we're talking about is a decision between Frosted Flakes and Cheerios. But in Chicago, and especially in black neighborhoods, it's a decision with 0 and 0. And that's not a choice. That is, quite frankly, an ultimatum. Black children in the city of Chicago travel outside of their neighborhoods on average 2 hours more than any other comparative demographic.
I totally understand the point that you're making, but I do wonder, do you regret your own rhetoric here?
Regret rhetoric? What I've said are facts. Again, I'm a history teacher.
I think that the rhetoric that
Abby,
let me explain my question. Let me just explain my
I understand
question.
quite clearly what you're saying.
What I'm asking is that...
But you're about to make me look like I'm about a piece of shit, and I'm doing a very delicate job to paint this in as schools are racist and people that go to ones outside of certain districts are racist, even though I do these things. Again, St. Caesar, off topic. Threesome? No. I mean, actually, you know what? I'd be game for that kind of action. I don't know how they feel about white meat, but I'd jump in that sandwich. Ground just enough, and I'm not going to do more. We have a half hour left in the show. We're going to finish this clip up, and then we've got some other stuff to get into. Thank you so much for being part of the show today. Lab Glass Project saying they should show how much money goes to Chicago schools. I think I heard $2 billion. My point is, she's doing all of these things and she's being super smug, but she's been trashing the stuff she decided to take advantage of the minute it suited her, which is the overall point. Take it away.
You're describing a very nuanced issue here. I understand that. I understand the history of segregation in the school system. But at the same time, what I'm trying to ask you is, do you think that your rhetoric at some point went too far when you are making a choice, because perhaps I assume you can afford to do that a lot of Chicago parents don't because they can't afford it. And proponents of school choice say the state should have a role in helping those families who can't afford it make the same choice that you did for your family.
So a couple of things, Abby. It is nuanced in Chicago. Like I've said, we have been destabilized and defunded in our Black communities. When people speak of choice, they are speaking of two different things that are of comparative nature. What we are faced with in Chicago is an absence of a choice, is an absence of resources.
Yeah, but then you still got to make a choice? Again, this whole thing comes back to the fact that regardless of the reason, you got to make a choice.
And furthermore, school choice in this country has been anchored to a very racist and angry right wing. I can show you a whole host of emails that have come to me and my family detailing that level of violence and racism. So if the choice movement
I'm sick of you can show whatever. Explain the part where you're abjectly not held accountable for the rules you're explaining. You're saying school choice is wrong. You made a choice, though, for your son. Granted, it was just the one for the sports program. Well, put him in the public school, bitch, if that's the thing you're saying.
Move away from their angry and violent rhetoric, I might add, then they would do themselves a favor and reject the rhetoric of the right that tells us that history is not important. I understand the impact of segregation in Chicago, the impact of destabilization in Chicago, and I face that along with over 90% of my neighbors.
Yeah, and again, you chose to move your children, one of your children, to a private school. Again, apparently, you're not facing the impact and the rules when it doesn't suit you.
And that the school that is supposed to be down the street for the cop that lives across the street from me, or the retired teacher and her family that lives next door to me, that's not afforded to us. So when we talk about rhetoric, we also...
What school are your neighbors going to that's not afforded to you? Again, you said 2 of your children are going to public school, one of them to private. It sounds like every school that's afforded to everyone else is afforded to you.
Still have to talk about the historical record, and the historical record is very clear. The school choice movement was a cudgel for integration in this country. That is a fact. Number 2, the destabilization of Black spaces throughout this country has been reprehensible, and it is most acutely felt with families who want to send their children to public schools. As I've said before,
with families who want to send their children to public schools. Speaking as someone who went to public schools, and I realize I'm apparently not allowed to have an opinion, I'm white. Is anyone not able to send someone to public schools? Again, the big thing that you keep kind of ignoring is you're saying that apparently special schools exist for the white people, but not for you. You sent your kid to You sent your son to a special school for the sake of your for their sports program. You are a hypocrite.
Before, my children do attend public schools. My son, he has the opportunity to play sports at a school. Sports, by the way, that are not offered at our neighborhood school or any school close to our address. Again, students in Chicago, especially black students, on average, travel almost 2 hours back and forth.
Travel almost 2 hours back and forth. Well, then where are the schools closer to them? And why aren't they better funded? I'm guessing it's not because those communities are defunded, as people say. Again, it's what you pay in taxes and things like that. And apparently that's somehow still all our... If your child has documents, they can go to public schools. Yeah, so I don't understand her public schools argument. And also, ma'am, he has an opportunity to play sports that are not offered at his school. What sport is he playing that's not offered at his school? Anyways, go on.
To school. So the real scandal, Abby, is why in 2023, black families in Chicago and across this country have to deal with such severe inequities and such high stakes.
I totally agree that that is a scandal, but I also think that what you just described for your son is choice that you made for your family, and I think that's what your critics are pointing out here. But Stacey Davis Gates, I do appreciate you coming on here tonight, and I also want to just say that I'm sorry that your family has experienced threats as a result of all this.
All right, I don't want to bother going through all of that because I don't know if you've experienced threats or not. It's really easy to say I've experienced threats. But I will say this. We didn't grill her ass hard enough about the fact that you literally just have choice. That's what you have. Battle Brother Zio, you've got to see this. Do I?
Another common question.
Nope, I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit why is Earth the only flat planet. I don't give a fuck. I just, again, when you say something to me, why is Earth the only flat planet? I don't care. I don't care. But thank you. I don't give a shit about why is Earth the only flat planet. Why is that person dumb? Probably has, let me check. I bet they have more subscribers and are probably doing way better than me as an internet host and personality. Let's check. 192,000 subscribers. This video came out a year ago. I can't believe it's not butter and it sucks to be me. Anyways, let's go to this guy. A video on Twitter saying, how is Taco Bell $53 for a family of 4? Well, let me tell you, sir, $53 for a family of 4 isn't half bad. It's the only one dumb enough to believe it. Your child has documents. They can go to... it's the only one dumb enough to believe it. Oh, fair enough.
But...
All right. One... It's weirding me out that this guy looks like...
we just went to Taco Bell.
This guy looks very much like someone I recognize. That's like $13 each. That's not awful. Right? That's the part I'm about to get to. We just spent this much money. Oh, my God. Like, what's going on? I understand inflation's a thing. Like, yeah, dude. But when you break that down mathematically, like, you actually didn't do half bad. And your kid... does not approve of dad being a TikTok personality. That or he's just starving. He? Is it she with a pixie cut? Gender confused. Or at least... Yeah, I can't land on that. Kind of looks like a dude, kind of looks like a chick, but you look young enough to be in that phase where you're not really... where you're kind of ambiguous. You haven't really... Ambiguous, not ambiguous, you jacknut. Anyways... I remember the Mexican pizza being $3. Yeah, dude, I'm saying it's high for a Taco Bell bill, but all of the bills are higher in general. And dude totally looks like he just got chotched right before he picked up his kids and got dinner. I'm just saying, we're opening this video with a dude being like, hey, man, I totally look like maybe driving should be questionable, but let's talk about Taco Bell and how they're effing me right in the A. All right, take it away. I've been trampling all over this man. We haven't even started. Chicken Chipotle melt slaps and is like $2 each. I'm not a fan of Chipotle, like the spice, the restaurant especially. But that's just because make me shit my pants once. Shame on you. All right, here we go. TikTok with Delta Whiskey telling us about the injustice of Taco Bell.
Try not to complain too much, but we just went to Taco Bell.
I try not to complain too much, but you need to wash your cooter. All right, so let's go back.
I try not to complain too much,
but the Biden economy is effing me right in the dick.
I try not to complain too much,
but I swear to, if I don't get someone to massage my balls, I am gonna lose my shit.
I try not to complain too much,
but Walmart is full of fat people. Sainer and the kid wanted White Castle.
I try not to complain too much,
but my kid is an utter sissy. All right, I'm sorry. I keep jumping in on you. You try not to complain too much.
I try not to complain too much, but we just went to Taco Bell and got food for 4 of us, and it was $53.
All right, that looks like 2 boys. Either 2 boys or those are twins and that's a girl. But, God, I can't peg it. It looks like it might be a chick. I can't figure the striped shirt and the haircut. Oh, but the face, I can't. I don't mean to be weird, dude, but can I just ask you, is that a boy or a girl behind you? Because I can't tell. And they look like they're wearing the same thing.
$3. This morning, we went to an upscale breakfast restaurant and got breakfast for all 4 of us, including an appetizer. And that was $66. So Taco Bell is almost the same exact price. So Taco Bell is almost the same exact price to feed a family of 4 as it is to go to an upscale breakfast restaurant.
There's a couple of things about this that you should probably know. Upscale breakfast restaurants probably are taking it in the A in other ways and holding off on you in other ways. 2, you went to Taco Bell with a family of 4 and got out for $53. Do you not understand the world the rest of us are living in?
Make it make sense. I don't understand. I mean, I understand inflation's crazy, but this has to be greed. Taco Bell, I mean, we got 3 cheesy Gordita Crunches and they were $14. So they're like $4 or $5 a piece now for a taco at Taco Bell. A beefy 5-layer burrito was $3.89. I don't understand how this can't be inflation. Taco Bell used to be like $1. You could get $1. A beefy 5-layer burrito was like $2. I don't know, man. Make it make sense. This is insane to me. The price. This has to be price gouging.
It's price gouging, man. It's totally price gouging. It's a non-binary, Johnny. It's a chick. I'm sorry. At the end of that clip, I'm sorry. That's a chick. Just with the haircut and everything else, just very weird. Just got that pixie cut thing. It's nice on some ladies, but on ones where they're at an age that you can't just tell they're a lady and stuff, it's weird. Has he tried to stop being poor, says Scruffy. Will prices ever go down? What does he say, Taco Bell? Like he's a F word. Welcome to the Biden economy. Well, it's not exactly not the Biden economy. The point is he's not happy with the prices at Taco Bell. Oh, man. So, the man who's heard about inflation just doesn't quite understand inflation. He's blaming Taco Bell for being greedy as if they want to charge these ridiculous prices. I mean, yeah, there's a bunch of different things. It's a bunch of different things. that kind of put the price up there. But the point I think you might not be realizing is your high-end restaurants charged way more than they needed to, and now to avoid taking it too much in the dick, they're letting themselves lose a little bit. $5 footlong ain't no more. Oh, we took the chat box off. Here, we got to put it back up. I bet if Ukraine just blew up the Federal Reserve, they could erase their debts. What the heck is this, man? Lone Star Mesa, that's oh wait, no, that wasn't your thing. Your thing is, where is it? Why is this man filming his TikTok rant in front of his children? Isn't that weird? That is a little weird. Thanks, I get it now. Johnny never thought of it that way. Oh, thanks, I get it now, Johnny. I never thought of it that way. God, I'm weird. I'm bad at reading all the time. But yeah, I think if everything else is getting more expensive and you're having trouble getting people into your higher upscale place, and you've long been charging a hefty price to make a little money on every dish, you might be like, you know what? Well, we'll just kind of not make as much money, slim that margin down a little bit. Hopefully this will end. But by staying there, we're going to be better by choice. I'll tell you what, this guy might choose to take his family to that 4-star dining establishment that he went to before. Charlie, don't surf. It's probably my grammar, not your reading. No, I missed some of your punctuation because of the mic arm and just because my brain jumps around reading in weird ways, and I missed the period. And then I took it as sarcasm. And much like my daughter's mother, missed the period. Alrighty. Anyways, so there's that dude going viral for, again, not getting how inflation works. All right. High-end breakfast place is probably Perkins. Well, here's my point. Regardless of it, if the breakfast place is Perkins, regardless of whether or not the breakfast place is Perkins or anything else, I bet they're going to go back there. They're going to go back there because why not? Hey, man, well, you know what? How about for just a little bit? How about for almost 10 extra bucks? How about we just, actually, no, it'd be 13. How about for an extra $13, we go to the upscale place? I don't know, because it's about one whole extra person for your meal. I mean, what was the food we had at our upscale restaurant? We didn't explain that. Look, man, we went to an upscale restaurant and I paid $66 and I got a Grand Slam, all right? The kids each got waffles. Here's a little fact I'll let you know about your upscale restaurants differentiating from your fast food ones. About half the shit they use is the same. They're both getting their supplies from Cisco. So, I mean, like maybe McDonald's has a McDonald's delivery system, right? Maybe. But I'm telling you, like, a majority of the mom and pop shops that maybe don't have all of their shit together, and maybe are an individual chain, those people, they'll get supplied by Cisco. And what I mean by that is the chicken nuggets you get there is the same as chicken nuggets you get somewhere else. So it's whatever. It's fucking shit. Anyways, Perkins is nasty shit. It's good. The downtown one closed. If you saw the conditions in that kitchen, just wow. Rusty grammar. Ivy's mother used to be a cook in that kitchen. I have stories. I know things. I've heard things. I felt a weird noise come up. But yeah, no, dude, I know some serious shit about the Perkins kitchen, and it is holy Jesus, fucked up. Yeah, you're right. It's good. Oh boy, please share. I don't know that I have permission to do it. I will say one of my favorite moments of Ivy's mother is that she wrote a letter to the Perkins staff, the managerial staff. She was the head of the kitchen, or not head of the kitchen. She wasn't like she was like the line head, like the shift leader. So she said, "Dear managerial staff, I am not Jesus. I cannot work. I cannot work miracles. I cannot walk on water." So when I think it was it the sewer lines? I don't know. When the lines when the kitchen line is nearly flooded and I don't know if the roofs were leaking. I don't remember. And you know, equipment isn't working. I can't magically make food appear out of thin air. So just different kind of stuff like that. I only ever fixed the reefer equipment, says Rusty Grammar. Yeah, I've got some really bad stories. That basement regularly flooded with Danger Bear Wolf Turtle. I got a Grand Slam and a one-legged waitress. Wait a minute. Did you mean you got to Grand Slam the one-legged waitress? Or do you mean your Grand Slam was delivered by a one-legged waitress? Besides, I don't think Perkins is the Grand Slam. I thought that was a Denny's thing. I don't know which one's which. Anyways, we have like 10 minutes left in the show. We haven't even gotten to our third hour stories. Do we still have his thing up? I don't know if we do or not. We linked that in there earlier. That's all done.
Last time I checked, we don't have a whole lot of songs that feature the cowbell. I gotta have more cowbell, baby.
Boner, 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 big balls.
Thank you, Wilmer Autotech, subscribing with Prime, 22 months, 2 away from a full year. That means a lot to us for the support. Thank you very much, Wilmer Autotech, huge supporter of the channel. Cowbell for Wilmer, coming in hot. Here we go. Hey-o. Alrighty. Shunt saying big balls are needed. Indeed. I got a Grand Slam. Oh, nope, we already read that. Again, I just want to know if you Grand Slam. The roof did leak something tragically. The kitchen coolers and freezers were covered in grease. I would literally wear boot covers just to keep my boots clean from walking through the building. Also, the pigeons would get into the ductwork and shit all over. Oh my God. Oh. And ironically, as you say that, Rusty Grammar, Spy Pigeon in the YouTube chat saying I'm back. I'll see if I can get her to do it. I doubt she will, but we'll see if we can get her to come down and share some stories. She won't come on camera, so I'll see if I can get her to do it, but the mic will have to go off camera or whatever. Let's see if she'll do it. And I won't name this person. All right. I'm betting she's going to say no. This is a very very not social person, so I'm betting that she'll say no. We've got 7 minutes. We'll see if we do. Hey, Spy Pigeon, says Rusty Grammar. Right? I know. We're talking about pigeons in the ductwork, leaving, doo-doo in the ductwork. Yep, that's a solid no. So we're not going to get any of that. Shame. She's got some good ones and some amazing responses to some stuff. So just, it's a shame. Oh, well, we've got 6 minutes left in the show, and I just realized my hair now looks like shit. It looks great before the show. Why is it just... Anyways, or maybe it's just the way the camera and the thing make me look. Hopefully you pay your most recent invoice for other locations that aren't quite as bad. Well, the other ones are still open, so I'm betting they're at least better. How that one was open as long as it was, that's a goddamn good question. I worked there literally one shift. One shift. I worked at a different one for a while, and that one had its fair share of issues, but that one ain't even open anymore. That one got closed down and I think demolished. So I think a majority of them are gone. I think the only one that's left was the newer one of the bunch, and that's it. There are 3 other locations under the same franchise. All right, so wait, there was one in Waite Park somewhere that I was never associated with. They built one out in... now we're just worrying... who cares about local restaurants? All right, I don't even want to bother with the story stuff. Masterson's wife seems like it's not worth getting into. We covered all of that. This is a YouTube short, so I don't know if I want to bother with that. Yeah, we've literally got 4 minutes. Let's go with some of our overtime stuff. Let's drop the audio just a tinge. Sartell, Crossroads, and Buffalo. Well, I'll say this. Sartell might be... all right, we're going to do you for sure because we'll have time for it. What's this one? Oh, dude. And then we're going to do this one, too, because this one's funny. So we'll do those 2. And we'll load another couple ones. We'll load one more just in case. I don't think we'll get through all 3 of these videos in time. Playing. Oh, wait, we might, because all of these are funny. All right, so we're going to go to this one. First off, the born-again Christian Richie, the barber. This guy weirds me out, and how he's treated as a religious person in terms of, again, you're talking about being for Jesus, and you're really kind of, again, the Alex Jones, Patrice O'Neal thing, whole pulling, marbles out your booty hole. Even if what you're saying is true, it's really hard to take you, again, as a clown for Jesus.
I see right now is he's getting his army ready. Come on. That's what I'm getting chills. Like, come on. And I do believe it. Think about it. It's the enemy. Because if the church, if religious people knew that we have authority over all demonic beings, then we would take over and reign over everything. Come on. But the enemy doesn't want us to know that we have authority over...
authority. No offense, man. That stuff on your face don't wash off. I'm not sure you should have authority. You make what I would call questionable life choices, okay? I don't know that you should have any authority.
Of them. Yeah. So they want us to stay in a box, and I believe that there's not gonna be that many churches. It's just gonna be churches everywhere. That's what we're doing. We're going to houses, we're going to bars, we're going, and he's getting people that you wouldn't think that would be like this, and step up. Like I really don't care what happens. Let's go.
So you've got nothing to lose. You don't give a shit. I don't need this damn job. So wait a minute. What are you doing? What are you doing, my friend? What are you doing? Are you starting a fight or not? I don't. Again, this is the guy who's like, I'm going to make the demons come out of you. Right. Oh, Rusty Grammar. Ooh. Rusty Grammar. He already failed. God made man in his image. he destroyed his image. Strike number 1. Right? I'd like to see some seriously religious people be like, yeah, but you're clearly an agent of the devil. You know, your spiritual ability to heal is kind of a whole golden calf thing. People have to come to you to get these demons to come out. Again, it's not like this is just something you can make happen. You claim to have this ability. Are you selling seminars where you teach other people to do it? Hold on, we might still get a story or two. You'd be off screen. Voice only. We'll see if we get a couple of a couple of stories. Oh, we just got Ooga Booga following us on Rumble. Thank you. Thank you very much. If the person's willing to do it, I'll go an extra. Although that was 5 minutes ago, we might not have time for it. We are literally over on time, so we can save these other videos for later. The AI Trudeau campaign commercial could be very, very fun for tomorrow, and playing Rainbow Six in class also could be very, very fun for tomorrow. Maybe we'll do we'll work on doing the Perkins thing as an off-camera segment, maybe, and just like an off-air segment, and maybe just air that as a bonus thing on the show. Something to think about. Anyways, we've got a lot of fun stuff left over to get into tomorrow. We've got a lot of support today that we've got to tabulate and add into the show budget. Give her time to prep it, write it down, a few bullet points, so it isn't on the spot. She has a book that she has been writing for a while about her ordeals and experiences. It has an amazing title, and I am not going to spoil any of that by saying any of it here. But I will say, she's got some stories. Anyways, Rusty Grammer saying we'll be here either way. Well, we'll be here tomorrow as well, so thank you for joining us for our show. We'll be back tomorrow for another fun-filled program from 2 to 5:30. We've been Johnny. You've been an audience. It's been a privilege and a pleasure, as always. And I hope, whoops. I hope, what was it? Elusive Mosswine. Hope Elusive Mosswine enjoyed a quasi-educational time about the Yanks on this side of the pond. Whoa, can we get better control of the buttons, sir? Thank you. Anyways, until tomorrow, you guys have been great. We'll be back. Where is the goddamn button? Now, learn your keypad. How long have you been at this? You have one goddamn job, Johnny.
Game over.
Fuck! What the fucking fuck? Who the fuck? Fuck this fucking! How did you do fucking fuck? Fuck!
Game over.
Game over, man. Game over.
Settle this the old Navy way. First guy to die loses. Push this dude.
Try to relax your anus.